Next week will be our third new metal episode, right? Yep, third new metal episode. So here are the album picks and the songs to check out if you don't feel like listening to the full records. Bill is coming in with Power Man 5000. The album is Tonight the Stars Revolt. And the song to check out is When Worlds Collide. I'm coming in hot with the classic Mushroom Head. And the album is M3. The song to check out, Solitaire Unraveling. And Gobo's pick will be The More Things Change by Machine Head. The song to be listened to is Blistering. So, yeah, check them out. We'll be talking about them next week. Yeah.
Did you run out of like new metal bands?
No, I just wanted to do like really a shitty Mushroom Head album. Yeah, I've actually never even heard this record, so.
Neither have I.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I know the song, Solitaire Unraveling. I know that song.
That song I know, and I liked when it was out. I don't know if I still like it. Yeah, I like that song too. I still like that song. I mean, it's not good, but it's funny. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun episode.
Hell yeah.
We may be Skyping Eddie for that one.
Are you kidding me? Oh, it's fine.
It's a pandemic, man. He's fearful of it. But speaking of Skyping, so this week's episode, we have Joh Jans on, former drummer of Roman Ring and Small Town Murder. And yeah, so enjoy the episode, everybody.
Check it out. Hello.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
How's it going, guys? This is Jason.
Yeah, and Bill.
With another episode of Nothings for No One, featuring Mr. Do you want me to introduce you? I'm kind of like setting it up.
yeah, you can.
Mr. Johannes Jans, currently of Increate, formerly of Roman Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. This is fucking wild. I don't know why we haven't had you on the show yet already.
You know, it takes a while to get things done.
Yeah.
It's the Roman Ring way, man. We take our time with these things.
You know, 5 years later now. Yeah.
My band's not too different.
Oh, so this whole time it was your fault. Oh, okay. That works.
Hell yeah, man. Well, what the fuck is up, man? You're broadcasting live from Portland, dude.
Yeah, live from Portland, Oregon here in, in quarantine here on lockdown.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
See, I gotta figure out the job situation here. They're gonna, I've just been on paid sick leave for the last 2 weeks, but that just ended, but they haven't told me next week if they're going to be able to continue just doing payroll and keeping us at home, or if they need to lay us off.
Okay.
Fuck. So, I'll figure out. I just got this new job 2 weeks ago at a Airstream dealership as an RV tech.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow. That's awesome.
That's really cool. So, I was like pretty stoked on it. And then
this all happened.
I sent home after my first 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
Jeez. That is rough, man. Well, I mean, hopefully that shit gets figured out. And I mean, at least after all of this, that seems like a job that like you need people to do. You know what I mean? It's like an RV tech. Where you're really going to find a lot of those.
That's true.
Yeah. It's a fairly specialized, position because you have to know a lot about a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Basically everything that's in a car, more or less, as well as everything that's in a house.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a mix mash.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. I've been working at like a small RV shop prior for a little over a year. But this is like much more organized professional business. So
cool.
Plenty of me to learn. I was mostly just working with this other guy, kind of having him show me some stuff. He was like one of the more experienced guys there. So
sweet.
Hopefully I can continue on it, get some certifications and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Did they say how long the quarantine's going on for in where you're at?
Not really. Our governor, I think kind of left our stay-at-home order, as they're calling it, open-ended. But I think the governor of Washington State set like an end date for like March 4th. So assuming we're probably going to be running like around those deadlines.
Oh,
right
like
now,
you mean May 4th? Because we're way.
May 4th, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah. Yeah, well, the governor of Virginia they just put their shelter in place order until like June 10th or some shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have a feeling it's gonna. Chicago right now we're set for April 30th, but I'm sure it's
That's
gonna
get extended.
Yeah,
it has to.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna go past that. Because plenty of people still are not adhering to it, as me and Bill are sitting here doing doing this. But
we're about 6 feet apart.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we're 6 feet apart. Definitely.
So far, all our guests have been as far away as possible via Skype, so it works out really well.
We're at least still able to do this, so it's cool, and it's nice to get out of the. It's actually a beautiful day in Chicago today.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's really nice here in Portland too.
Yeah, damn man.
Chilling outside.
Yeah.
Having a beer before this in the sun.
I hear you, man. How you been? What's been your like go-to way of passing time?
Well, day after I got sent home, I went out and bought a PS4.
Nice, hell yeah.
Bought Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Had a lot. And then one of my other buddies, I've been playing games with him online at night. We've been doing Madden the last couple of times. And
Sweet.
some other old school games. Got like Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
For PS4?
Yeah.
Sick. Is it like high, like really good graphics, like Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, it's like, you can create your character and everything. I've only played it a couple of times. But
Is there a setting on there that you can like say how drunk Pat Sajak is? Because that'd be amazing. Like, is this 80s Sajak or is this 90s or 2000s?
Yeah, which era?
Which era is
Yeah,
it?
that's funny. Damn, I didn't know I used to have a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game for PS1. I think I still have it somewhere. But Regis wasn't really in the game. He was in the intro and then like if you lost or if you won.
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Because his old ass was like, I'm not recording lines. Like, I'll do an intro, do an outro.
Yeah.
I don't
who
have time
the
for
fuck
this.
knows what it is? There's video footage of him in the game.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, it's like clips of him being like, you just lost.
But it's like probably from
You
the
won $1 million,
right?
Bill.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. He's still alive, right? We still got
So
Regis
far, so
Philbin.
good. Yeah.
At least coronavirus hasn't gotten him yet.
Not yet.
So. I don't know. I keep seeing like celebrity cases of it, and like people
Left
are
and right.
fine. People like Idris Elba or whatever. He got it.
He's
And he
gonna
was
be
like,
all right.
And he's
That
just
guy's in
like,
great
yeah,
shape.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. I guess we'll see what happens.
Only time will tell.
Hell yeah. Well, Joe, I met you for the first time in October.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Well,
However, he met your drum
it was
kit
like,
well before that.
Maybe second time. The first time was that show a super long time ago that Roman Reigns
Yes,
played
the infamous JD Mugg show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did talk for like a little bit then, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude,
But yeah, that was the first time when I was watching you play that night.
hell yeah.
I already knew that I was planning on moving out here, and I was like, maybe this guy's got what it takes.
Hell yeah. Man, I remember that show very vividly. Do you remember it?
You know what? Like, not super well, other than I just remember like standing and watching you play and just thinking, this guy's pretty good.
Well, I'm glad you remember that. I'm glad that's what you walk away with that night
That's
from.
what stands out as that show, I think, because I was like, we're just worried about, like who's going to fill in for me, because I didn't want Roman Reigns to dissolve with me leaving because I didn't have a drummer. And so I just remember that. I was like, all right, there's some hope. There's some other drummers out in the metal scene that can
Kid's got some chops,
decent
I remember meeting Danny, who was shit-faced.
And Nate was also
And Nate was
wasted.
also very, very drunk that night. But
for me, playing with Roman Reigns, I think those things kind of like happened.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand.
Really not a very unique show experience for me in that regard.
Yeah, that's when Danny used to rage, man. For the first like couple of years I was in Roman Ring, Danny used to like go hard at every show, and then I would like
was that the show that he peed in a trash can inside?
Whoa, I don't know.
That could be any show.
Fuck, that's bad. Damn, dude. I remember. I remember the reason everybody was so fucked up. Well, I mean, in partial, it would have happened no matter what. But like,
well, it was a perfect storm.
Remember that bar had it was the Hawks. They were in like the Stanley Cup Finals, or it was like.
What is even?
There was a Hawks
finals.
game.
It was a playoff.
Oh, it was a playoff game, and they like waited to do the entire show until the game was over. They wouldn't let any bands play until then.
I kind of do remember that.
And then Andy was there doling out drinks to like everybody. And he was like, we gotta do shots. We gotta do shots. And I was like, oh,
Andy was at that show? Mm-hmm. Okay, I definitely didn't talk to him. He lived in that
area.
Yeah, Addison, right? Mm-hmm. I think he still does.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But I remember like I was going to school. I was in college at the time. And I remember I had to be up for class at like 8 a.m. And like we didn't play till super late because I knew it was going to be a long night. And I was just like, fuck, this is like, I was so pissed that it got delayed. And like we were all just like, that was rough too because Warforged, we were down a guitar player. That was when Christian quit right before Paul joined the band. So I remember being like, well, I guess we'll do this. And Paul was already in the band. He just didn't know the songs well enough to do that show. Right. So we were just like,
that would have been a good show for him to be like, whatever, you know.
We only played like 4 songs at that show.
Really?
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of songs at that point. So, but that was a fun one, man. I remember watching Roman Ring and being like, this is the shit. I mean, that was probably the 5th or 6th time I had seen the band at that point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The first time I saw Roman Ring was a basement show.
Yeah, at
I don't know.
EJ's.
EJ's? Mm-hmm. No, I wasn't there. I remember that show.
Okay.
This was a show in like the South Side, not Little Village.
Oh.
But it was like some skater kids like basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing Roman Ring there and I was like, damn, funny. This is cool. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, shit, dude. And then how long? Okay. So how long were you here until after that show? Were you leaving pretty soon after that?
It must have been a matter of months. You know, I don't remember when that show was, but I left in like August.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
Cool.
Because I think that show was in the beginning of summer or something.
Yeah, I didn't end up starting to jam with you guys until like later that year, like towards the end of that year.
Yeah, it was like December, November. Right?
Yeah, some shit like that. You were gone when you were on tour when I first started jamming with them. You were with like Soil, I think.
Yeah, I think that was like the first Soil run I did or something.
Yeah. Damn, man, time flies, dude. And here we are.
Yeah.
We're fucking crushing. Now, we're just now putting out the first Roman Ring record I'm actually on. So.
I know. Nate sent me the recordings a while ago, so I've been, been sitting on it. But I always thought it sounded pretty sweet ever since I started listening to it. Now it's actually released.
Thanks, man.
And I listened to it while looking at the artwork, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, dude. That was fun. That was a very fun process.
The artwork came out really good.
Thanks, man. Fuck yeah. I was very hands-on with that whole album cover. It was basically emails between me and an Indonesian dude until he really nailed it. And then we were like, hey.
Yeah. I think my guitarist Dustin might have, at least mentioned about this guy to us at some point. I'm not sure. Dustin, my guitarist, he does like his own side project stuff too. Just
cool.
Programming drums and shredding a bunch over it. But I want to say that he hired some Indonesian dude to do like his little solo project album covers. Oh, awesome! Or at least for one of them that he maybe hasn't released yet, but I wonder if it's the same dude.
It could be. Yeah, I found this dude because the band Inanimate Existence.
Yeah.
This dude did artwork for them. Like he did a bunch of t-shirt designs and he did one of their album covers and shit. And I first saw it, I was like, oh, I really like what this guy does. And yeah, I just reached out to him and he was super like it was not that expensive, and he was super flexible with like all of our ideas, and like there wasn't even a lot of revisions, like a couple ones that I had, but for the most part, he pretty much like knocked it out of the park, and I was like, damn, this is awesome. So
yeah, it's definitely cool. It fits like the the music feels and the you might haven't read the lyrics or anything, but from what I can imagine Danny's writing about, I think it kind of fits pretty well.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. So what's going on with Increate right now?
We're getting ready to release a like a 4-song EP album kind of thing, whatever you want to do these days. There'll be like a couple little interlude tracks on there too, fill it out a little bit. So cool. Probably like 6 or 7 tracks total.
That's awesome. When did you guys start tracking that?
So I did the drums like back in January or February or something.
Okay.
Just took me one day studio.
Shit.
And then you try and keep it on a tight budget,
I hear you, dude.
Yeah, we know how that goes.
Yeah, I hear that shit.
So yeah, sometimes they're like a little fuck up, so I'm like, hey, we can edit it a little bit, save some money in the fucking recording process.
Yeah.
But I mean, try and keep it pretty mixed between organic and metal produced.
Yep. Yeah, man, that was a big theme with Roman Ring too, is like Nate pushing for the super authentic drums and then being like, I can't do that. But dude, I've tracked our fucking record in like 3 days, I think. 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot of time. I took my sweet ass time.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. I probably, would have liked to stretch some things out, but,
I hear you, man. When you're on a budget, and it's hard. It's hard to afford studio time.
Yeah, it's expensive. But we, there's actually this dude that we went to record the drums with. We did the last record with him too. He's kind of like a family friend of my aunt and uncle used to live in Oregon. They actually just moved to Arizona, but they lived here for a long time, and he's from the area. He's also a drummer, and he owns a studio down in Salem, which is like like an hour south of Portland, basically.
Oh, okay.
So we just went down there, and he gave us like a super good rate. It was like, I forget, like $35 an hour or something like that.
That's awesome.
So I was like, sweet, yeah. I was fucking just rip these 4 songs, a couple interludes out in 12 hours.
There you go. Bam. Yeah, that's great, dude. If you're able to get it done like that quickly, why not? Shit. Yeah,
definitely. We took our time to just get the songs really well rehearsed and all the tempos dialed in. So it's interesting. It's actually like the least blasting I've ever done on like a album.
Wow, awesome. I'm excited to hear, man. I love the shit that you guys are doing. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, there's one blasting part on the whole record. It's like,
wow,
seconds or something.
Damn, dude. Yeah, all the new Roman Ring shit we've been writing the last month is all like all blast beats. There's like barely none. It's hard, dude. Like I'm playing these songs, I'm like, this is gonna be
exhausting. For sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like I'm playing them, I get fired up when we first write them, and then we're going back and practicing them. I'm like, God damn, this is hard, dude.
Only do it so many times in a row.
Yeah. Like we were me and Bill and Danny had been jamming on a new song a couple days ago, and then he was like, all right, let's take it from the top. All right, let's do it from the top. And I'm like, dude, wait like 5 fucking seconds. Like my heart is like
breather.
about to rip through my chest. Like I can't just do it like that anymore. But it's fun. It's cool. So, but yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love it when like I hear death metal bands and there's like no blasting sometimes. I just think it's cool because it's like, wow, you must have been doing some other really cool shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's just kind of the way that the songs panned out. And, yeah, but we're writing a new song, and it's a lot of blasting and double bass rolling in it. So we're not totally going the other direction.
I hear you. Are you still using those Axis pedals?
Yeah, I got the Axis Saber pedals.
Oh, okay.
Like the A21 version or whatever.
You like them?
So, yeah, they're pretty nice. I just got like the standard, spring configuration on them. Not like their fancy upgraded version or anything, but yeah, I mean, for what I do, I think they work great.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to pick up those DW machine drives.
Nice.
And give those a shot.
Those are the ones that like Thomas Lang uses.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
With like the chrome footboards.
Yeah, it looks like cheese graters.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, those will probably be sweet.
I know, man. I'm gonna grade my feet into a sweet, fine Parmesan cheese when I'm playing.
No calluses in the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, they seem really cool, and like I could get them through my job for a pretty big discount. So
nice. Well, that's important,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd love to have a pair of like the Prezzi Capitos or whatever.
Oh yeah. Those are awesome.
Yeah, or maybe a pair of trick pedals eventually, but
yeah, that seems to be like I used to know how to pronounce that company's name, like Sartzi Crypto or something. I can't say it right. I knew it at one point.
Prezzi Capito.
Yeah, they're just like fucking trick pedals. have you ever played on any of those before?
Yeah, I mean, buddy of mine has a pair of like the Black Widows, and actually another of my friends out here actually has the Capitos.
Yeah.
But he has them set up. They're like super, super tight. He's like a beast of like a ankle player.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they feel really good. I just like the idea of like how they have the adjustments on them.
Yeah.
Where everything's incremental with like the tension, it's like a 1 through 10.
It's awesome.
Like, same thing for the adjustment of like the beater angle.
I know.
Having that just so you can dial it so much easier instead of having it being like a free infinite adjustment.
I know, dude. That's what's like. I'll be adjusting I play the first generation Thomas Speed Cobras, and I fucking hate them. They're just in really bad shape, and like adjusting that thing is like, I mean, I could sit there doing it for like 4 hours, and I still don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's still hard to get that sweet spot. But like every time I've seen like somebody adjust a trick pedal, it's just like, well, fuck, this seems so easy. Like, you just do it, put it to where. And I mean, it's like when you can actually keep track of where you're positioning everything. It just makes so much more sense. I don't know why other companies aren't doing that. I bet you they will. Yeah.
It's like, give me less options. I don't need like infinite incremental adjustments.
Exactly.
I just need like 10 options so I know,
Yeah, exactly.
how it feels, and I can get each foot dialed in, exactly the same without trying to like measure it exactly. Like, is my beater the same distance from this head to this head?
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane, dude. Man, for a while I was thinking about just getting one of those trick drive shafts because you could buy them for like $100, and I was like, "Oh, this might be cool."
Yeah, there's that dude out of, I think he's like Austrian. He has that company ACD, and his stuff looks really sweet too for like as far as universal drive shafts and stuff. It looks like engineers some really good things.
Yeah, man. If only I had all the money in the world, I'd just get all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
have all of the options. But shit, are you still playing out of your those big ass orange kick drums?
Yeah, that's my setup still. I've been kind of playing around with the idea of just going down to one kick drum just to save space, but I have 2 single pedals and don't have to buy the upgrade to make it into a double pedal with access, whatever.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, it makes sense to keep it going. I like the 2 kicks. I think it's cool. I don't think
it looks super cool.
It does look cool.
It's a little annoying to lug around, but hey, who's playing shows now anyway?
Practice. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, man. I've thought about doing the 2 kick thing, but now that we tour and shit, I don't think I can ever do it. Just because it's so much. It's already like enough to have a kit. Like I play with a rack, so that's already too much.
I have like a small rack setup. I recently kind of adjusted my setup to reduce my rack size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what everybody in my bands wants me to do, but I won't do it. So, too bad, everybody. Maybe one day if I get a lot of money and just buy some stands and stuff.
Gotta go stands. That's what everybody
even then, like,
really expensive. It's annoying.
They're really expensive, and like I can never get my setup right with stands, and shit falls over when I put it on stands, and I'm like, fuck, this isn't right, and like I have to set it up a specific way where it won't fall over, but then it's not comfortable to play, and that's why I like the rack. And plus, it's like. It's harder to move the rack, but it's so much easier to set up, dude. It's just like I slap a couple things on there and I'm like, hey, I'm good to go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I like it, but I get that it's a bitch to move.
Yeah. It's a two-edged sword.
Yeah, it sure is a two-edged sword. We played this venue in Montreal. Immortal Bird played there on their last tour. It was it's called like Foo Electronique or something, but the stage is like 6 feet up off the ground.
Oh man.
Yeah, so we had to to get up gear through the side. It's just a really small corridor. You can't even fit drums on there. Oof. You have to load from the front. Like that's what every band had to do. So we had all the drummers
all the
were
gear or just the drums.
Just the drums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, amps. Most of the amps. I mean, we backline. So, but yeah, it was a hell of a time.
Joys of touring.
Yeah, definitely. Well, sick, dude. What shirt are you repping today?
I got the Patagonia fleece from Goodwill.
Nice. I'm looking. I see some metal underneath it, I think.
Oh yeah. Underneath, I'm actually wearing my old Small Town Murder shirt.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hell yeah. Which one?
It's shoot, I forget. Cholera Art, I think, made this design for us.
Oh yeah, I remember that dude on MySpace. Hell yeah, dude, that's a sick shirt.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Ink on it too.
Fuck, dude, why don't I have that?
I think it's a pretty old design, right?
They're all pretty old designs
at
now.
this point, yeah.
I still see. Do you remember Chuck Sullivan? You must have met him before, right? Nate's friend.
Yeah, sure. He actually came out and toured with his band out here, right after we moved out here. We went out to a brew pub with him. I remember.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he works with me, and he wears he still has that really old Small Town Murder shirt with the scarecrow on it.
I have that shirt.
That's the original shirt.
Yeah, dude.
We did it we did a reprint of it in after the original color print. So
yeah,
but yeah, that was our first design.
Yeah, he still reps it. He's like, man, you see the shirt, dude? And I'm like, yep, every time you wear it, man. I've seen it many times now. I had a Small Town Murder shirt. I had seen you guys. It was at the Beat Kitchen. It was with Veil of Maya, and it was you guys, and I don't remember who else was on the show, but it was right before Veil of Maya put out that record Id. And I remember I bought a Small Town Murder shirt there. I don't even know if I still have it. It doesn't fit me anymore if I do. But it's the bear design, but it was on the blue t-shirt with the yellow ink.
Nice. Yeah, we did that in a whole bunch of different colors.
Oh, I know. Me and all my friends in high school, we all had the different versions of it.
That's badass.
Yeah, dude. I had that one. My friend had the yellow shirt with the black ink.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I think Eric had the one you had, that pale green one with
gold.
Yeah. That was a cool shirt, man.
Yeah, we did it in a bear's color scheme too.
I know, the orange and blue.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool design. Our buddy Alex drew that for us.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then we just transferred it, into Photoshop or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I got to start upping on Roman Ring merch again. I usually do most of our merch shit, but we haven't gotten shirts in such a fucking long time, and we have nothing for the new record, so we're going to be trying to make CDs and I think merch at some point, so...
Yeah, Increate's in the same boat. We got to design some shirts for the new record release. Yeah. That's going to happen.
Yep, it's expensive, man. I mean, printing merch and cool merch is not cheap. So,
yeah, getting the design and then paying for the printing and
the inks and the shirts and the shipping and the fucking if you want it to look sick, you got to pay extra. You want the shirt to look good or you want it to look passable? It's no, I want it to look good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get there.
So you guys still jamming through this whole quarantine?
We haven't met up. We had a little Zoom meeting yesterday, actually. But yeah, we haven't met up in a bit. I headed over to my practice space a few times, so just read by myself. Cool. And then I got a practice kit in the garage here too, so I can go in there, but I just have the mesh heads on it and
sweet,
bass drum, all stuffed up, and I put this felt. It was from my old cymbal case, the cymbal separators, this felt stuff. So I just have those on my cymbals, so they're a little quieter.
Sick. Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Works good for low volume playing because my garage has no sound insulation at all to it, so it'd be super loud for the neighborhood.
Were they like, whoa, who's this sick ass dude playing drums?
Yeah.
He rips. Yeah, I hear you, man. Me and Bill have been jamming. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Out of everybody from the band. Everybody else has got either stuff going on or they just don't want to go out. Understandably so.
Yeah.
You know. But me and Bill are just fucking wild and crazy and we don't give a fuck, dude. We're nuts,
Still
dude.
practicing, still podcasting.
We're loco,
Crazy
man.
dudes with big beards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Fuck,
You
man.
guys jamming on some new Roman ring ideas and whatnot, or just fucking...
Yeah, actually,
we've been
me
writing.
and Bill wrote a whole new song like last week. And just trying to, I mean, we've been like, we started writing like as soon as we finished recording, but like there was a bunch of ideas that I wasn't really sold on and stuff that wasn't really sticking. And like,
Yeah, it kind of felt like nobody said it, but it felt like nobody was into it.
yeah,
You know, like we were like doing it and we're like, oh, okay, we got some parts. But then as we're like hashing it out, it just seemed like nobody was like that into it.
yeah. And
And then just like, we could do better. You know?
it got to the point where it was just kind of like, wow, our record that we have done isn't even out yet. And we're already writing shit and we still got to worry about how to, figure putting this out. And
Right.
like, it got to the point, like I had pitched it to certain labels over time and it wasn't really getting any bites. And then finally, like, a couple months ago, I was just like, fuck it. I'll
let's
just put it
release
out.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
pay to get it on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming platforms and just throw it on Bandcamp for now. Because it's like with Roman Ring, like now that Warforged and Immortal Bird and Something Is Waiting in Wounds, like on all of our other bands are like doing a lot of shit. I feel like there's a lot more eyes on us now because like we all put out our records and like we all like toured and stuff and now it's like, oh, here's a band with all these guys in it,
that you know, and like, yeah.
So it's sort of like, it definitely worked too, because and they put the debut on Metal Injection and like,
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was really cool.
yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool how that all worked out. So yeah. And now it feels cool to write new music because it's like, all right, that's out. Like, it feels good that it's out now and it's, in the world and
Yeah, it's not looming in the back of our head.
Exactly.
Like, we got to release this.
it's definitely like a weight lifted off of the shoulders. And it wasn't really a hard process either, man. The hardest process was figuring out how the fuck DistroKid works. And then I figured it out.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, we used like CD Baby before or something. Like
Okay,
that.
yeah, they do the same thing. It's almost the exact same thing. I think Warforged used to use CD Baby. I could be. Why am I looking at you like you would know?
I might know things. You never know.
I'm pretty sure we're on DistroKid now, though. But, fuck yeah, man. I mean, shit, it's hard out here, dude. All we got to do is shred drums, play video games, and fucking smoke weed.
Yeah, man.
I've been working from home, so the weekdays I'm still, at least a little busy.
Yeah, I can't even do that.
Yeah. I like it because it helps the days go by for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're like in your place
yeah,
all day.
exactly. I
it's
hate
like
that.
you're not going back to it.
Yeah.
So the monotony is definitely there, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's rough for sure. I mean, it's nice when like you're putting on. Yeah, I got like a show going on in the background or some music in the background, and I'm just doing shit and like.
Right.
It feels efficient, or I got Animal Crossing playing in the background, and I'm fishing
Animal
and
Crossing.
catching bugs and planting trees and flowers and selling shit and finding Easter eggs. That's pretty much that's pretty much what life has come to now.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But
Are you gonna do all those things once the quarantine's lifted?
yeah,
Sell some stuff, plant some trees, plants.
in Animal Crossing,
No,
yes.
in real life.
No, fuck no. That's why the game exists. I'm not trying to plant a tree in real. Where is it even? Can you plant? I feel like if you try to plant a tree in Chicago, somebody would give you a ticket for it.
I don't know. You have to look that
Like
up.
someone would be like, "Can't
Ask,
do that. Gotta have a
Ask
permit."
Danny. He knows all the laws.
He doesn't. Clearly doesn't know all the laws. Well, shit, man. So,
What was the last show you guys did before this all went down?
What was the last show? It was definitely a while ago. We played at the same venue that you played at in Portland.
that
Jason?
fucking VFW
Yeah.
hall.
It was
Oh my god,
134. Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry that like that show wasn't sicker than it was when we rolled through. That was like a nightmare of a day trying to figure that out because it almost got canceled. Apparently, like the promoter bailed halfway through, and we had to find another promoter for the show, and they had to find somebody that had a PA to provide.
Oh my
we almost
God.
thought it was going to happen, but then we were just like, "Fuck it, we're going there anyway" because we don't have anything to do. Like,
Right.
But Portland was sick, man. I love it up there. I think it's so cool.
I'm into it. Yeah, I really like the area. You know, I like to do a lot of outdoorsy things and stuff, and yeah, it's just like find whatever you want to do outside and have fun out here.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's beautiful up there.
Yeah, there's a lot to explore. A lot of forests and mountains, and you know, close to the ocean if you want to do that. Rivers and all that good stuff.
Dude, I had a bunch of good food there. The 2 days we were there, not even.
Yeah, there's definitely plenty of good food to be had. You know, coming from Chicago, where that's a very important thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you can definitely find it out here very easily.
Yeah, there was that burger place across the street from the VFW hall. That was pretty good. I don't remember what it was called. It was some like fast food type spot.
Oh yeah, I think Little Burger.
Yeah, because they're little. That's exactly what it is. I had a couple of them.
How could you not remember that?
I remember the burgers
those
being
pretty
small.
good.
I remember because we took a picture of Max holding the burger.
It just looked like
it's
a half a
huge
slider.
can. Yeah. But that was good. The ice cream place across the street was really good. I went there with Marv.
Oh, nice.
Salt and Straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is. Yeah, they got some fancy ice creams.
Yeah. I went there with Marv, and Marv was drunk and like yelling inside of there and shit. I was like, well, okay.
Oh, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, it was funny though. He
What
tried to
about the,
sample like everything. Can I sample everything?
What's the pizza situation out like there?
Oh, we got some, you know, a lot of different pizza options. Actually, there's a place that I like to get from is a Chicago style thin crust, and
nice.
it's like right by my house. Like I
Awesome.
can walk there in like 2 minutes, you know.
Killer.
Nice, that's convenient.
Yeah, the dude who owns it is from Chicago, Southside dude.
There you go.
So it's you know it's fucking legit.
That's
Made
awesome,
by
dude.
like you know like scummy punk rock people. So
Oh, so
yeah.
you know it's good.
yeah.
They got that punk rock elbow grease going into that pizza.
Yeah, we got like the local, you know, the local 7-Eleven type store called Plaid Pantry out here, right next door to it. So
Okay, I've seen that.
grab beer,
I
grab
stopped at one.
pizza, and then just like walk back to my house. It's badass.
Nice.
Yeah, that is killer, dude. Hop on your PS4, play some Madden, play some Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
Dude.
and then the dispensary is like 2 orders down from there too. So
Oh, yeah, your
Jesus, so you got, like,
dispensaries
a
in
one-stop
Portland.
shop. That's awesome.
Dude, the dispensaries in Portland are so awesome, dude. We went to this one called The Apothecary, and it was like it was like walking into a magical house filled with weed products, dude. I felt like somebody like a witch was gonna come out and like a good witch and read me a story and like give me free weed. Obviously that didn't happen, but I bought a shitload of weed there.
Nice.
I got
it's nice compared to Washington. In Oregon, like all the flour doesn't have to be prepackaged. So
Yeah.
like you have it in jars and you can smell it and look at it and everything.
It's so sick. That's what they were doing. They were like,
That's cool.
smell this. And I was like, oh, it smells like actually really good. Like a flower, not like a skunk.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
there
I
was-
mean, like the orange smells like oranges, you know, the purple shit smells like fucking amazing.
Yeah. I still have some weed from that dispensary. I actually bought a candy bar there. It was like a chocolate bar. And it's like, I forget the ratio, but it's like half CBD, half THC. And it's so sick. I've literally been like trying to make it last as long as I possibly can. And it's almost done. But
Nice.
yeah, it's definitely dope. So, dude, I have to ask you, when you were in Roman Ring, what was the most challenging song for you to play? If you remember.
Well, like of the new stuff. One of the most challenging, I think, was what's it called? Existence in Fractals.
Oh yeah, okay. We never play that song. We like never play that song anymore.
Is that You Gotta?
No, that's the Existence of Fractals was like
Oh, okay. Yeah, it starts with Nate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
There's that one riff in there where it alternates between skank beat and blasting and like a really odd time signature. I think it was actually a riff that I wrote.
Sounds about right.
No, that's the wrong song.
It's how does it go? Yeah, so just going in between the skank beat and the blasting, because it's like, you know, triplet skank beat, and then you go into the blasting part, and it's just like the way that the coordination works between the hands and the feet. I remember that being like really tricky for me to nail at that faster tempo.
Yeah, dude, you write hard shit to learn to play. Those songs are not fucking around, man. There's a lot of shit. Like when I first started learning them, I was like, I gotta dumb this the fuck down. Like, just because some of the parts are so like, God damn, this is like a mind fuck. There's a certain part in that song, I think it's Existence of Fractals, where it's like before like the clean part.
I think that's that song. It's definitely a riff on that album.
And you do this really weird, like, alternate between, like, the foot leading to, like, the hand leading, and it just, like, does this weird switch off, and I was just, like, I couldn't nail it. I remember me and Nate went over that part, like, literally for, like, 2 hours straight, and I was just like, fuck, I can't get, and then finally, like, I fucked it up, and he was like, no, that's it, you're doing it right now, and I was like, oh, shit, like, and then I had to, like, learn it, like, the way my brain would not have ever like coordinated my hands or feet to do.
The joys of learning somebody else's parts, man.
Dude, that shit is hard. It's cool though, man. I feel like there's a lot of shit that I changed probably. I mean, if me and you sat down and played those songs, we'd probably like
be totally different.
Yeah, you notice so many differences between each part, but
yeah, I mean, you know, you got to adapt it to yourself, you know, a certain amount, you know, because if you just try and place exactly the way someone else did it, you're not gonna feel comfortable. You know, you have to make it your own, just so that you can hit that comfort level with it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I was learning the songs, I asked Nate, I was like, yeah, so do you guys like, you want me to learn this like note for note, or like you're gonna let me like kind of chill on it? And Nate was like, yeah, it'd be cool if you could learn it note for note. And then I was like, I don't think I could do that.
God damn it.
It's not gonna happen.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping you'd be like, no, you can add some, like, everybody. I remember you were like, yeah, whatever you want to play, man. And then like Nate was like, yeah, it'd be cool if we could do note for note. And I was just like, well, there's some parts that are changed up for the drums for sure in some of the songs, but like, it's still, you know, it's still a lot of fun to play that shit. It's hard though, man. And I try to go back and learn some of the Small Town Murder songs on the Atlantean EP, and I like can't fucking do it. I mean, I think we're at the point where nobody's really, you know, we'd rather work on more new shit, I guess. But I definitely wanted to learn those songs at one point, and like Danny like let me borrow his CD copy to like rip onto my computer. And I remember listening to La Tumba, and I was like, I don't even know how to play like one part in this song.
That was one of the ones we used to jam.
Yeah. Me?
No. Like when we switched over to Roman Ring.
Oh, you guys still played it. Yeah, I remember that. You played a lot of those songs. I remember you guys playing Conversion Live and Infernal Air or whatever.
Yep, that was another one.
That song's sick.
That was a cool tune. James Yellen, I think, wrote most of the riffs in that.
Yeah. He was on that EP, the Atlantean EP, right? And then you were doing the other one.
Anything Roman Ring, that's me on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is funny because I remember like when I first joined the band and talking to Nate about the old songs, I was like, oh man, like who wrote this sick riff? Oh, that was James. What about this sick riff? That was James. I was like, oh, what about this? That was James and Joe. Okay, what about this? That's kind of Joe. And I'm like, Nate, what the fuck did you do? Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Nate writes some
he does
tasty ass shit.
I'm just making fun of him, but he does. He does do his fair share writing.
Yeah, man. It's crazy to think of like, there's so many conversations we've had in our band where everybody's like, this doesn't sound like Roman Ring, or this sounds like Roman Ring, or like this doesn't. And then it's just like, well, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it doesn't sound like Roman Ring because half the dudes that were in the band are not in the band anymore. Right. So like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to respond to that, but like, I don't know. It's cool that now I feel confident, especially writing the new shit now that the new record is out, because like, at least it's like, oh, we did a lot of different shit on that record. And like,
Oh, it's way different.
Yeah. Now it's cool to have. It makes like approaching writing something else now a little more like open feeling, where it's just kind of like, we'll see what ideas come in. All the shit we're writing is like super heavy shit though, and not like the cool clean part stuff yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah, you'll get there. I mean, a lot. Yeah, I mean, with Increate too, sometimes forget to write the clean parts and stuff, and then be like, I'm gonna add some dynamics to this. Otherwise, it's just gonna be fucking 11 the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fun though,
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's fun, but I think, it's easy for, as a writer who enjoys, heavy music a lot, just like, all the heavy shit. But I think as a listener, it just breaks it up in a way that makes everything, more palatable.
Yep, definitely. It definitely
does. At least for me, when it's hard to get through like a Beneath the Massacre album, because you're like, man, this is like so awesome. Then you're like, I'm getting worn out here.
Right.
Yeah, it's like my ass is getting beat into the ground, dude.
That album goes beyond 11. That's like 15.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that band for that reason, because it's just like they're never gonna let up, and it feels like I'm getting my head like kicked in. For the record, I love that new Beneath the Massacre record. I think it's so sick, dude.
I mean, it's classic. It's like, it's a new classic for them. They didn't need to change it. They do it all, and they they wrote new songs that totally hit their mark.
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
Drums on it are awesome too.
Just, like, alter things enough just to like disappoint people,
Right.
A little bit. And with them like putting it down for that long, picking it right back up, kind of like, it reminds me more almost of like Evidence of Iniquity than like.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't listened to that album in a while, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, something. Maybe it's like partly the production, but yeah, it definitely sounds like they really kept it up, like their original sound and brutality level.
Yeah, I would definitely agree, man. I love that drummer on that record too. Like all the shit he does, like all the intricacies and like accents he does. It's just like, holy fuck! Like everything I want to hear is there.
Yeah,
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. It's definitely
badass.
it's so far it's probably my favorite death metal record that's come out this year. Not that a lot have really come out yet, but I would say it's up there for me.
Yeah, I haven't been listening to like a ton of, new death metal and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't either. Other than that, I really haven't been listening to much.
Keep track of a few things,
Yeah. What have you been listening to recently, new or old?
I don't know. I got into that band Leprous.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
A while ago. So I've been, I still listen to them a decent amount. Really like that album, Melina.
Yeah, I have that
the
somewhere.
new one, Pitfalls, I'm not as big of a fan of, really, but that album and their earlier stuff, I kind of started with that one and then went backwards. And
cool.
Their stuff's definitely fun. Their cello player just came out with like a solo record.
Really?
Yeah, you look up. His name's like Raphael something.
Is that
but
cool?
It's just cello, and it's actually pretty fun to like try and jam along to for drumming.
Yeah.
Just no drums there, so you can just make up all your own stuff. And
that's awesome. I never do shit like that, and I should, just to see what happens. Yeah, I'd be curious to hear
Raphael Weinroth Brown.
Rolls right off the
tongue. Yeah, the album's called Worlds Within now.
Okay, so I'll check it out.
Check it out. Like atmospheric cello shit. He layers a bunch of stuff with like a loop pedal.
Oh, awesome.
So it's he'll have like a bunch of different things going on, some odd time signatures and stuff. So yeah, it's fun to jam to.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Hell yeah. Leprous I got into a long time ago because I found out, Ishan from Emperor, like...
Yeah, I'm into them.
Yeah, his old live backing band was all the dudes from Leprous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's how I discovered Leprous, because they were like, oh, they all play in Ishan's band. I'm like, well, I love his music. And then I started listening to them, and I was like, damn, they're really... My dad, funny enough, actually likes that band Leprous. So...
Nice.
Yeah, he's a big prog guy. So
yeah,
Yeah, he loves shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, that's cool. I like that band. I don't think I've heard Pitfalls, the newest one. I heard a couple songs and I thought they were cool, but I don't think I've ever like actually listened to the whole record front to back.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't have like the same like riffiness and heavy stuff.
Yeah.
That previous albums have. It's it's a lot more kind of ballad style stuff.
Interesting.
It's featuring the vocalist more than the instrumentalists.
Okay. I'd be curious to hear it still.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's still like cool prog rock for sure, but it's just not the same kind of cool, rhythmic stuff. As a drummer, it's like doesn't quite, tickle me that way.
Hit home like that. Yeah, it's funny, man. I feel like most of the shit I listen to now doesn't even have real drums on it, so there's that. But yeah, every once in a while I hear a record. That Beneath Massacre was definitely the last record for me where I was like, damn, the drum performance on this is fucking nuts and like really cool all over the place type shit.
Yeah, I haven't been listening to like tons of stuff that's like super fast, I guess.
Okay.
A lot of metal. I've been branching towards like some groovier stuff.
Cool.
But I still like fast blasting and everything, but I haven't been listening to as much of that kind of music, I guess, recently.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, like, there's always with metal. At least I think it's important to have that balance, because otherwise, if you're listening to all bands that sound like you're getting your ass beat, it's just like, well, I need some time to breathe, Yeah. Take a nice breather in between, but hell yeah, man. I trying to think. I've been really into the new Acacia Strain shit that they've been putting out.
That out.
Yeah, it's really much like, it's not fast at all, obviously, but it's a lot like doomier and atmospheric and groovy than they used to be, I feel like.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like a mature version of that band. I really like it.
Sweet, yeah. I think what else? There's the drummer Nate Smith, not metal at all, but he has a group that he plays with called the Fearless Flyers. It's like instrumental funk kind of stuff.
No, I've actually never heard of him.
He's he's like a jazz funk drummer,
Sick.
pocket drummer. Super, super good though. He has his jazz band is called Kinfolk.
Okay.
And there's in this other group called the Fearless Flyers. They just have like 2 EPs that are out.
And they're dope.
Both really sick.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, his drum kit for the Fearless Flyers is literally just a hi-hat, bass drum, and snare drum.
That's sick, dude. Hell yeah.
And then he'll do like some shakers or some different shit, like, in one hand, and then like play beats with the other hand, and
That's cool.
It's pretty sweet. But yeah, it's just 2 guitars, a bass, and him. And then on the new, they have like some auxiliary instrumentalists that come on here and there, some guest spots and stuff. But
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
dope. I've been listening to this. There's a jazz drummer from Chicago. His name's Micaiah McCraven. And he's really sick. I actually saw him at he played a show at the Symphony Center with a jazz ensemble, and it was like, that dude is incredible. It's just insane to watch him, and all the shit he does like a lot of different like experimental releases. Like he's got an album out where he did a bunch of performances with like rappers in England, like hip hop guys in England, and recorded them, and then like he took them back home and like overdubbed drums over some of the shit and like remixed the songs. It's really cool. It's like he's got shit that's he does like a lot of old school traditional jazz stuff. He's like a super talented drummer. It's just like, I look at a dude like that, I'm like, well, I don't know if I'll ever be able to come close to that, but it's cool to see talent like that, and it's so much fun to see shit like that live. Yeah, like I'm dying to see. I love Eric Moore, and I would love to see him live. Yeah, I still haven't, but he's so sick, dude. That I watched that like Missy Elliott cover he did, like for the Aquarian drum.
Really fun.
Yeah, I watch that like once a month at least. It's so sick.
Inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's so sick. I love Missy Elliott and I love Eric Moore, so it's like the best of both worlds, dude.
Yeah. it's funny that it's like, get your freak on, and he's just like such a freak player when he's jamming.
Yeah, dude, he really is getting his freak on.
He totally is.
Hell yeah. Damn, I didn't know that was a long sleeve shirt. Surprise. Yeah. Sick. What's new with you, huh?
Nothing. Still just working on the old quarantine project and driving myself crazy trying to learn how to mix and master and all that fun shit. And
yeah,
it's been interesting, and it's nice because like having all the input of other people, kind of like I've been throwing stuff at them like, hey, let me know like what sounds funky, what sounds good, bad, and that's helped a lot. People are like, yeah, this part, like when it hits, it just like blows out my speaker. I'm like, all right, we got to fix that. Yeah. So that has been fun. And then like I mentioned, my old vocalist sent me a bunch of stuff, and it's been cool. I'm trying to like work that out, but he had a lot of ideas, so it was like, oof, I gotta
sit down and really
and go through that. And so, but it was funny because like going back and forth with him, he was just like, man, he's like, these mixes sound great. And I was like, I'm glad you like them. I was like, this is like the 30th revision of it. I've been going nuts, like trying to like set these things up for people. And then the other trick was like, kind of like been just doing this, winging it as I've been going along, and like trying to make it so that it's easier for people to work with these tracks,
Yeah.
So, and then trying to keep things organized is like a pain in the ass, but whatever makes it easier for everybody else just to get back to me with stuff. That's been the goal right now. So I haven't been writing as much as I've been working on what's already been written. Mm-hmm. But you saw that one song that was funny. You're like, sounds like Banjo-Kazooie. I was like,
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Big difference in music.
Huge difference. Yeah. Sorry.
There is Banjo-Kazooie music is like banjo shit.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I went Banjo-Kazooie.
Also good.
Great game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because.
Did you play that game?
Which one?
Banjo-Kazooie.
A little bit.
For N64?
A little bit, not
Dude,
a lot. Yeah.
So sick.
So sick.
Crash Bandicoot's great too.
Very big, memories of that. Probably just more remember seeing the game cover at like the video store.
Hell yeah. Big ass bear and a chicken with their faces on it.
Kicking it together.
Yeah. I love that game, dude. Man, I'd love to replay that. I don't even know how I would. I'd have set up my N64.
It's emulators, man.
I don't have anything to run an emulator on.
You don't have a computer?
No.
You get that work laptop. Just do it.
Oh, no. I don't want to fuck with that.
Nah, you'll be fine.
But I probably could do it on that. But I'm good.
Yeah, fine. Don't play the game. I'm trying to give you options here.
I know. That's fair.
Shit, you could probably play it on your phone. Your phone's probably strong enough to play it.
Yeah, somehow. Got to jailbreak an iPhone to do that.
Oh, really?
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, actually, I think I've done that at once.
Yeah. I'm too scared because I feel like when you do that shit, it just fucks up your phone, at least for an iPhone, because like they design it in a way where you're not supposed to be doing that shit. But
I didn't have any problems when I did it. I was able to do it, and then if you wanted to get rid of it, just wait till they release like a new version of the software and upgrade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely had like Street Fighter on my phone at some point.
That's cool. I bet that was awesome. Yeah. Shit. So when you moved to Portland, how long did it take for you to like meet the dudes in Increate and find that and start that band up?
Dude, it happened actually really fast. Like we moved up here. We were living with our friends at their house. This girl that I knew from high school and her husband that had lived out here for a while. So we moved in with them while we started to look for jobs and an apartment or a house or whatever to rent. And, in Portland, you can actually rent houses.
Yeah.
Not too much difficulty. Well, I mean, it's pretty difficult now. And it was actually pretty difficult to find a spot for us back when we first got here. Mm-hmm. But, and then I just scanning Craigslist just to see what was there. And some dude had posted, he's looking to get a group started, and he had listed, some similar metal band inspirations and stuff. So I was like, hit him up, and it took forever to get back to me. It was like a few weeks or something. Yeah. And then, they finally like hit me up, and he had met with this other guy, and now it's our lead and rhythm guitarists, and I met with them over at a coffee shop, and it was like, within like the first month of me being here.
Sick.
Oh wow, that was pretty quick.
Yeah,
then. That's awesome.
And we just started jamming, and we had a vocalist at first that it was like our fourth member after me and the guitarists started jamming, and then he had like a bass player buddy that he brought along, so it was like our first original lineup.
I remember hearing a song with the vocalist on it.
Yeah, I think it's up on YouTube or something still. I forget what it's called off the top of my head right now. But and then he just kind of like abruptly quit the band. One day I went to the practice space and I was like, what's different about this room? Oh, everything that Danny owns is not in it right now.
Oh wow.
Oh shit. His name was Danny too?
Yeah, his name was Danny too. So he and I like tried calling him. I tried calling my other bandmates, and no one was picking up. So I was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah.
And then eventually, my guitarist texted me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Danny quit the band."
Oh.
He called me. I thought he was gonna hit you guys up, but I guess he didn't.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah, it was like super bizarre.
Did he say why?
He never really said why. Like I ran into him like a few times since then, and he's just been like, it's been like not like just like a little awkward, but not like have any like hard feelings or like,
of course.
anything. But I guess it was just like, I don't know. He said some shit to Sean, when he called him, but it sounded like bullshit. Like it sounded like he just didn't want to do it anymore or something. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love how people can't just say that. You can't just be like, "Hey, I don't want to do it."
Don't want to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, like saying that like we're not doing enough, something, or we're doing
too much.
I mean, we weren't doing. No way we were doing too much.
Was he like? Is he in any other bands now, or?
I don't think so. He was like playing bass like with some other dude, like doing like some super sludgy stoner stuff. He was in our same practice space that we were in. He moved into like a different room down the hall initially.
Okay.
And then, just sounded like he was just kind of doing it for fun, like very loosely,
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's doing now.
Well, I mean, maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, so when he left, we were just like, we're pretty big like Animals as Leaders fans and, different instrumental metal stuff. So we're just like, well, let's just fucking be instrumental band. Maybe we'll appeal to a larger audience, people that can't handle the screaming.
Yeah, man.
Put a little bit more emphasis on crazy lead guitar parts and shit. And, so we've just been doing that ever since. And it's been pretty fun.
It's definitely cool, man.
We're actually thinking about working with a vocalist. We've been working on a cover of Straws Pulled at Random.
Oh wow.
Cool.
And we had a show that was planned for April 21st, but obviously it got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to try and debut it then and have the vocalist do that with us. Just like, fun little cover action.
Do that
but,
one
Yeah, hell
song.
yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And we've been playing around with the idea too of doing like a secondary release of our new stuff with like having different vocalists be on different songs or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
That is a cool idea.
And like letting them do their own interpretations of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens with that.
That's a cool idea, though, that you could do that. Having that flexibility is cool. And shit, one less mouth to feed in your band, man. That's awesome. Don't have to worry about like singers are hard, man. They're hard to find, and like especially in metal, like it's hard to find someone that's good and that like gives a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually comes to band practice.
Yeah, yeah. I know a Danny that has problems with that personally, but he's good about it sometimes. Back and forth.
Yeah, he wasn't always the greatest back when I was playing for Roman Ring.
Yeah, I hear you. That's good to know. At least
not a lot has changed. You're not missing much, Joe.
Yeah.
But, it's cool though when he is there. So
yeah. But yeah, it's fun to have him. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's so funny. So that's cool. So was Dustin the dude that initially posted the ad on Craigslist that you found?
I think it was Sean, actually, a rhythm guitar.
Cool. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Dustin and Sean are both shredders, dude.
Yeah, they're definitely both good at what they do.
Yeah,
Sean's gotten into that thumping shit. Pretty good at that.
Yeah,
you can hear it on our new stuff. We play a sample later.
Hell yeah.
Some cool thumping riff on one of those songs I sent over.
That's awesome. I would love to hear that. Shit.
Yeah, Joe sent me a track, or actually a couple tracks that like snippets of stuff. So we'll put it on
this episode.
In this episode, yeah,
cool.
For people to check out.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll hear it too.
Yeah, I sent you the full song, so you can just like pick, which little sections to play or whatever. I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Just fade in and out on them or something.
Hell yeah. So we almost toured, but we didn't.
Something is way almost toured and we didn't.
Yeah.
Everybody got screwed over by this.
I meant we almost toured like 2 years ago. We were on technically the same tour.
But we were on the same tour.
Yeah, we went home early. Well, we went not early, but we only did like half of it, and then they were on the half we weren't on. Yeah, man.
It's like literally one show separated us or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was because after Sacramento, our last date on that tour was in Sacramento, and then Enigma and Apotheon went up to.
Okay.
I think they drove up to Portland from there.
I remember this.
And then, they were with you. They met up with you dudes, and because Enigma was on the rest of that tour, we were not.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, man. Yeah, I wish we did it. In hindsight, we all wish that we did it, but that was like our first tour, and like we were all really fucking far away from home, and like it was kind of like what could work with our jobs at that time.
Right.
But now, things are much different. We could definitely do that again. And do the whole thing. Dude. I know, man. I still talk with the Apotheon dudes all the time, man. I saw, we actually played with Reese, their vocalist. He's in that band Veil of Noth.
Yeah, for sure.
We played with them, right?
One of the dudes we were thinking of collaborating with if we do some.
Oh, hell yeah. You should. He's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sick guy, too. All those dudes are sick. But we played with them. Roman Ring opened for them on that tour they did with Gorod, which we... when was that? March? Yeah, our show with them was in March, like mid-March, and then like all this shit hit. So at least we got to play a show, though.
Could you imagine that after all that time? Like Roman Ring hadn't played a show for almost a year.
Yeah, almost a full year.
And so we're like, oh, we're back. We're gonna do it. Could you imagine if that show got canceled? I'd be like, fuck this.
Thank God it didn't. But
there's some higher power that just does not want Roman Ring to do anything.
Yeah. But it was cool that it worked out that way. Fernando actually came here and visited Chicago, was hanging out with me and a couple of the other Warforged guys in February, which was cool. We took him to Pequod's Pizza and
nice.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like my favorite deep dish spot.
Yeah, it's. I think it's arguably the best in Chicago, personally. But
yeah, I think I'd be there with you. I've actually never had Illuminati's.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Bill loves fucking Illuminati's,
like
dude.
Yeah.
I know, like everyone says it's
I
great.
like it too.
Like, I actually never been there though. I mean, I lived in Chicago, 26 odd years, and
Right.
or even years.
Even, yeah, right. Oh man, yeah, it is really good. I mean, I like all pizza for the most part. To be honest with you, I'm a fat guy, so it's just kind of like yeah, pizza, it's good.
Yeah.
It is.
But if somebody was like, put a gun in my head and they're like, what's the last pizza deep dish Chicago meal you're going to have? I'd probably be like, Pequod's.
That's fair.
Or Lou Malnati. Maybe Lou Malnati's would be my second, I think. Yeah. So, okay. And then, so you guys, Increate has a record out now, currently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Void.
And you guys just did that yourselves, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I recorded the drums down in Salem at Wavelength Studios.
Cool.
And then we had this dude out in Sweden mix it for us.
Yeah.
I think, did master it too? Might have mastered it too. Not sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's what's his name? It's not his name. Some weird Swedish name. But he's like friends with like Meshuggah dudes and stuff supposedly, and
Ooh.
pretty pretty well known metal producer guy. So yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
The new stuff I think is sounding heavier though. Definitely into it. Dustin's friend, this dude Josh, he plays in a band called Adder right now.
Okay.
Out in like the LA area. Like super, extended range, genty metal stuff.
Okay. Adder, they're called?
Yeah, ATER.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Yeah, you can find them on Bandcamp. Very, Meshuggah influenced. So he's doing the mixing and mastering for the new stuff. And
cool.
Really good job.
That's awesome, man. And they're based out of LA?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like LA, man.
He was in another band too called like POD or something like that.
POD?
Maybe it's not POD.
What?
It's something.
You know POD. Boom, here comes the boom.
Yeah, no, it's not that band. It's
forget it.
not that band. Another, very genty Meshuggah influenced.
Okay.
Kind of metal.
Hell yeah.
But it's like POD. That's why I just always think POD whenever I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Be a lot cool if it was POD.
What if it was the actual POD?
It's the whole band as a collective.
Yeah, and they're mixing and mastering your record.
It would have definitely gotten heavier from the last shit that I heard.
Hell yeah. That's cool. Man, last time I was in LA I saw... No, that's a lie. Never mind. Last time I was in LA, we played some weird-ass bar there. And there was like a lot of old people there. It was strange.
I haven't been to LA since I was a baby. Now I live yes, it's still a really long drive to get there.
Yeah.
Practically your neighbors.
How long?
I'm in the neighboring state.
Yeah. How long is that drive from LA to Portland? Like 10 hours more?
No, it has to be cause it's like 10 hours to San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
So whatever, probably 16 hours or something at least.
Yeah, that's a haul.
Well, shit, dude. You leave now, we'll leave now, and you'll beat us for sure by a day, at least. Hell yeah, dude! It's crazy to me that I'm looking at your window and it's so bright from the sunlight there, and it's pitch black outside of the black glass, the window we have here. It's so funny.
Yeah. We get some pretty late summer nights being we're north of the 45th parallel and on the West Coast, obviously. So
So what time does the sun go down? 10?
Well, I mean, now it's going down at probably 7:45 or 8 or something like that out here. But
peak summer hours. What are you looking at?
But yeah, summer it's after 9:30 probably.
Wow, that's
crazy.
Insane, dude. Yeah. I mean, Chicago, so you know how that shit works here. We get dark real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got, on a summer night, we'll all be oh my God, it's still a little light out and it's 8.
It's 8.
That's enough for us to be whoa, this is crazy. And then as soon as the clocks change again, it's wow, it's pitch black by 4 p.m.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of the opposite of the winters here. It's dark. We're not quite North Pole shit, but
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy. When I was in Canada last year, we played in Halifax, which is the furthest east you could go, pretty much get in Canada. And I forget what the time zone is called, but they're 2 hours ahead of Chicago. That's how far off east they are. So it's
oh, wow.
Because if you go to once you cross over to a certain part of Indiana, we jump an hour ahead.
Yeah. And
you could take that all the way to DC and you're still only an hour ahead. Mm-hmm. But Canada goes so far east that it's actually...
Right, it jumps that time zone.
It jumps another hour. So that was a really weird... Because I didn't believe it at first. And then I thought my phone was fucked up. And I thought our van clock was fucked up. And I'm what? And then we realized we were oh shit, there's another time zone.
One more. Yeah.
It's Eastern.
Yeah. It's called something crazy. I forget what it was called. Max or Jace would remember. Jace would definitely remember, but yeah, it was definitely wild. Yeah. It was kind of nice. We were already on the east coast of the the country, so we had lost the hour as is, so it wasn't that bad of a jump. But it was weird coming back from that.
Gain that
we gained 2 hours essentially. in Canada at some point. But yeah, hell yeah, man. I love Portland, dude. I wish we could like play a real venue out there.
Yeah, there's some pretty good ones. Bossa Nova Ballroom, we've played there a few times.
Cool.
That one's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hawthorne Theater's all right.
Okay, I've heard of that venue before.
Yeah. What other good ones are there? A lot of venues have closed down recently here. It's kind of sad
because of everything that's going on, or like before.
No, I mean like just before this, like a lot of the metal venues that we played at before have closed.
Yeah.
Trying to think what other cool venues are still around. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a handful of other ones, but
sure. Yeah, that sucks.
How is the overall like metal scene in your area?
It's all right. I mean, I feel like the tech and death stuff like is not super popular. I think like the stuff that it has like a little bit more of like a larger following is like the stoner kind of sludgy stuff in Portland. Like Yob is from here and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's all right, I guess.
I hear you. Yeah, I knew Yob was from there. I knew Agalok was from there too.
Yeah, Agalok.
They're not a band anymore, and there's a couple of other Yeah, I feel like a lot of the tech stuff coming out of the West Coast is like all California, mostly all California. Yeah. Like it's pretty big out there. It seems to be, at least.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, this dude Nick Van Dusen, he joined. Oh,
I know Nick. Yeah, he's in More Than Rapture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
Nick's
he
the
lived
shit.
out here, and so but he joined a California tech metal band to be someone you knew about.
Yeah, right. Because I knew he was. Yeah, he was. I met him at the show that I met you at.
Yeah,
that was the first time I had met him there, or that's the first time I met him in real life. And the bass player of his other band, Walter, I met him too.
Yeah. So both those dudes were in this band, Vowel Volition.
Yes.
Prior. So we used to play shows with them like a lot because they're like one of the other
tech bands, right? Yeah. I heard they had a bad falling out though. Yeah,
him and the guitar player who wrote pretty much all their music, I think, got into some fight. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it was rough, and they're not. I don't think Vowel Volition is doing anything anymore, are they?
We played a show with them, and it was just the guitarist and the vocalist.
Whoa!
Oh, interesting.
This was the last show that I played. Was with them. They opened it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had all their backing tracks, recording programmed drums and stuff, and him and the vocalist just did a 2-piece thing.
That's kind of insane. I don't know if I back that.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, they definitely tried to rock out a bit and stuff, to make up, I think, for them being a 2-piece with no drummer. I
like how nice you're trying to be about this.
Yeah, you know what? I respect that too, but like, come on, like you guys got to have a drummer before you're playing live again. Like that's a minimum.
Yeah.
Like,
he came up to me afterward and he was like, dude, because it was actually funny because at that show, Dustin like fucked up his ankle like really bad. And
oh shit, I've done that.
Couldn't make it to the show. And so we just did it as like the rhythm section only.
Cool.
And so, this dude Peter from Vowel Volition came up to us after and he's like, "You're my missing pieces. Do you guys like want to play?"
That's so funny. That's hilarious, dude. How often do you see that? Yeah, like your lead guitar player is home because he fucked up his ankle. They don't have a drummer and a bass. That's so funny, dude. That's hilarious. That's fucking so funny. Damn. Yeah. What are the odds? So who was it? Was it just like all bands from the area, or was it like a tour you guys were playing with?
Oh no, it was with who was it with? I think it was. Oh yeah, it's this band We Are William. We Are William? Yeah.
They're a metal band?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I've never heard of them.
They're pretty sweet. Yeah, they were good.
Cool.
They were kind of, I don't know, they were like techie prog metal stuff with like a mixture of singing and screaming.
Okay.
They had like some, tech death kind of stuff happening, and then, some other just more prog metal kind of But yeah, it was a good blend. Good vocalist, good drummer.
That's cool.
They're solid.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, they were the touring band. I think they were actually from Denver, and they were like friends with the Pantheon dudes or something.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
Connection there, and so they got our info through them or something like that. Hit us up, and we set up the show with a few other bands from the area.
Sick. Hell yeah, that's killer, dude. Shit, man. I wish we could play there again soon, but I have no idea when it's gonna be.
Let us know, man, and we could get you in a different venue that doesn't suck as bad.
Yeah, that would rule, dude. That was a rough show. Every band was late to that show. It was also a really long drive because we were coming from Sacramento, California, and that's like I forget how long, like 8 hours at least.
Yeah, it's like between close to 10 hours probably.
Yeah, it was rough. Like I remember we got up at like 4 a.m. to leave and go.
Oof.
Yeah, because we're one of those bands that like we can't. It's always hard for us to like. We never like sleeping in the van. Like we try to avoid that at all costs. And like a lot of touring bands will just be like, "Fuck it, we're gonna make half of the drive through the night, and that way we just wake up and do the rest." But like we never do that shit unless we like know somebody that's like halfway through, and we're like, "Yeah, we could stay with them," and then it works out. But that's rare that happens. Yeah. And so I remember we like stayed with Eloy from that band Flub, their guitar player. Mm-hmm. We stayed with him. That night after the Sacramento show, we woke up super early at like 3 or 4 in the morning and just like I probably gotten like 4 hours of sleep, if that.
Oh, that's enough.
And then we got up and started driving. It's definitely a long one. It's a really cool drive though.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit.
Yeah,
a lot of good landscape. I mean,
it's
Flub was a band that was going to be on our next show that got canceled.
Oh shit! Were you doing that show with that Symbolic tour?
Yeah, it was. We were on the Portland date for them.
Damn, that's awesome. I love Symbolic. Their guitar player Alan is a good buddy of mine, and he is a sick shredder, dude. Yeah, he's awesome. Super cool dude too.
Maybe the show will happen still someday in the future.
I hope so, man. That would have been a cool tour because it was like Aetherius. And they're from
Seattle.
Yeah, they're from Seattle. Have you played with those guys before?
Yeah, I've played with them at least a couple of times before.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
So yeah, we know those dudes.
We stayed with their singer Vance in after our Seattle show. He's a very nice dude.
Nice. Yeah, my buddy who has those Trezzi Capito pedals plays in another band with a bunch of the dudes who play in that band. It's like they're like symphonic black metal.
Is it the Devils of Lowdown band or whatever?
Yeah, Devils of Loudon or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it, but
I don't know either.
Yeah, his name's Eli. He's a really good metal drummer.
Awesome. Hell yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, I know those guys did a tour with the Odious Construct, who are friends of ours from California as well, and they did some mini tour. Fields of Elysium was on that little run they did.
Oh, cool. Those
guys rip, but they're not. They're from like Santa Fe.
Yeah, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they rip, dude. I love those guys, man. They're sick dudes. Their music is awesome, and like the house that those guys live in, or the two of the guys in the band live in, such a cool house. It's like action figures everywhere.
Oh, really?
Sick, like
two guys?
Metal. It's Andre and Quana.
Okay, yeah.
And Andre's girlfriend. They all live in a house together. They have these sick dogs. It's a beautiful big ass house. Like so much cool. Like it's just cool shit everywhere. It's just like wow. How do I get there?
Right.
You know what I mean? How do you live in this cool ass house? Like he's got like all these cool action figures in like glass cases and shit. All these like death metal wall flags.
Nice.
He's got like weed going. He's got records going. He's got video games going. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you're the shit. And his band, he's like giving us merch and shit. Like, he gave me some merch. He gave me their new CD before it came out. And I was like, oh, like, this is sick. Yeah, he's a super nice guy. And they're an awesome band too. That new record they dropped was cool. Yeah, I should hit up one of those guys and be like, hey, you want to come on the show?
Be cool, man. I haven't seen them since like we played with them in Chicago years ago.
Yeah. You didn't come with me to that show where they played here with Inanimate Existence a couple of years. Jace came with me to that show. But yeah, they're sick. Every time we played New Mexico, they've been there. So
that's awesome.
It's been cool. Yeah. Definitely awesome. Those guys. So you were in the band. Joe was in the band then.
When we met him, we played, what was that? it's not a venue anymore. It used to be right next to Congress. Ultra Lounge. That's where we play with them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That old fun spot. Did you ever get to play there? Or
Ultra
go there?
Lounge.
Yeah.
I played. I met the guys in Rivers of Nile there for the first time.
Oh, really?
It was right before they announced they were signing to Metal Blade. I met them there.
Inanimate Existence on that show too.
On the show that they played.
Yeah, at Ultra Lounge.
Not the one we played.
Oh, okay.
Was it the Rivers one?
No. He's asking if Inanimate Existence was on the show you guys played, which is no.
Ooh, I don't know. You're asking the worst member of the band to ask that question.
I have like a vague memory of playing with them at Ultra Lounge too. From Ring.
Inanimate Existence. They could be, I don't know if they ever. They might have played Ultra Lounge. I don't know. That's an I have no idea. It would have been obviously before my time. I remember.
I've played with them a couple of times out here since. But.
Yeah, well, Cameron lives up there now. He lives in Portland, so.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a sweet dude. I don't know if I should say it on the show. We might have been supposed to be touring with them again, but it looks like that's being delayed now because of everything that's going on. So, yeah, but they're cool dudes though. Awesome dudes, awesome tunes. And, but yeah, at Ultra Lounge, I met Rivers of Nile there, hung out with them. And then I played a show there. We played a Warforged show there like a couple months before it closed. Because that was the place that was right by like the Congress Theater.
It was right down the block from it.
Yeah. It was a cool little spot.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I liked playing there a lot. We did a lot of shows there, and yeah, it was always a good time.
Yeah. Well, that was like right around the time I was turning 21. So like the first time I was in there, I definitely was not 21.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was. It was fine. I remember Brody from Rivers used to lie every single time that they would play like any 21 and up venue. He would lie and say me and Adrian were from Metal Blade Records just to get us in, and they would never ID us.
Right.
So we'd be like, yeah. Like I remember there was a tour. It was Wretched, Abiotic, Allegiant, and Rivers of Nile, and they played at Cobra Lounge, and I was not 21 yet. And Brody was like, dude, you got to come to the show. And I was like, all right, like, how?
Make it happen,
And he was
yeah.
just like, oh, we'll just lie and say that you're part of the label. It'll be fine, dude. And he like came down and let us in. He's like, yeah, they're with the label. Then like, we were like, all right. And then,
Hi.
yeah, that was my first time at Cobra Lounge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy shit. Not a lot of people at that show.
That'll happen.
Except I remember the Born of Osiris, the Born of Osiris guys were at that show.
The drummer wasted.
They were all fucked up. Like all those dudes were like, because I remember like
They used to hang out there a lot.
They'd always show up randomly to
Yeah.
the Cobra Lounge. You know, like always after the Roman Ring or Small Town Murder set, they'd show up.
Like just
Like,
missed us.
oh,
They
you
were
guys
like,
are
hey, what's
playing
up,
this?
guys?
I didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
assholes.
yeah, dude. I remember like throughout that whole night, because they knew the Abiotic guys, so I think they were like, but progressively throughout the night, more of those guys ended up showing up in the green room and like drinking the band's beers and shit. And Brody was getting real pissed about it, and he started like making fun of them to their face.
Really?
Yeah, like singing their guitar leads to them like really loud, and it was
That's awesome.
really funny. Yeah, it was definitely weird shit. Especially for like my first time being in Cobra Lounge, I was like, all right, the guys from Born of Osiris are here. They're drinking everybody else's beer. And yeah, it was definitely strange. And you know what? Do you remember that band Delta?
Yeah.
Yeah, they opened that show. And I knew all those guys
yeah.
too. So it was already like cool because like Holden was there and Scott and Mike. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
Mike
there.
was a guitar player.
Yeah, and
Frankie
yeah.
did Frankie join that
Yep,
band?
Frankie was
Okay,
there and
yeah.
Matt. They were all there.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome.
Good dudes, yeah. I miss those guys. Don't see them a lot anymore. Wah, wah. What are you gonna do? I gotta go run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, I know. I never have to go, but I've literally been sitting here. In what? Pee where?
Yourself. Just pissing
Just
yourself.
piss myself?
Fine.
Joe,
The
for
camera
you,
doesn't
I'll
show
piss
it.
myself. Just kidding.
All right, I'll go get a beer while you go pee.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Good timing.
What the hell? Are you guys just going to leave me?
Yeah, now you have to do an
I have to
internal
entertain.
Bill
Yeah,
monologue.
Bill, yeah, I start telling a story really
So how's the wife and dog doing?
Good. Roman, Roman just got pink eye the other day, so we had to take him into the vet, and get, these like antibiotic eye drops for him.
Right.
So it was an interesting experience. Because we had just parked in the parking lot, waited outside, vet tech came out, got Roman, brought him inside, then talked with the doctor over the phone.
Oh, weird.
And they sent Roman back out with the medicine.
Yeah, but in his mouth, he's just walking out real slow.
But yeah, he's doing better after that.
Well, that's good. But yeah, it's fun. I've been enjoying all the Instagram posts of seeing Roman on all these adventures with you guys.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
you guys take him everywhere.
Do you follow his personal account?
No, I didn't even know he had a personal account. Really?
Yeah,
that's
you gotta surf on that. Yeah, called Roaming Roman.
Nice. Is he snowboarding yet, or what?
He's gone snowboarding with us one time when we did that little backcountry trek. It was a few years ago though, but yeah, there is we have a video of it somewhere that we took. It's pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I don't know what we're talking about. I just kind of
his dog Roman.
Oh, Roman! You have a dog named Roman?
Yeah.
Shit.
Can I guess what he's named after?
Yes.
Not Roman Ring.
No, it actually, that's his inspiration.
Was
his
Roman
name.
Ring? Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had the band before we had him. It was funny. I was like at work and I was looking at some dogs that Rachel was volunteering at Paws Animal Shelter out there.
Okay.
And so she's basically like insider, like trying to scope out like a good dog for us to adopt.
Yeah. It's definitely good.
And so she sent me a picture of this dog that had come in there. And I was at work when I was working at Burton Snowboards in Chicago. And my manager was with me. And I was like, oh, we might, this nice little fluffy white dog came in. We might adopt him. And he's like, what are you going to name him? You should name him Roman.
Perfect.
I was like, that's actually pretty sweet. I like that.
Mm-hmm. That's killer, man. Dude, you're the guy who came up with our band name, Roman Ring.
Yeah, that was me. I also, thought of it at work, just surfing around Wikipedia, like sci-fi terms.
Hell yeah. Well, wasn't
wormholes or something. I was like, ooh, Roman Ring.
Nate told me Increate was a runner-up for Roman Ring.
Yeah, it actually was. That's why I just had it in like the side bank. And then when I got this band started, I was like, got some good name options.
What, did you guys come close to anything else?
No, I think I was just like, I got this idea, Increate, and they're like, that's sweet, let's do it. And I was like, fucking easy.
Damn, that is easy. Shit, I feel like I've never had an easy conversation with anything like that before.
And no, me neither. It was like, I was just blown away. So I was just like, well, fuck yeah, all right.
Yeah, dude, number one. Dude, yeah, that's killer.
Waiting for like months.
Mm-hmm.
No one coming up with ideas. Everyone just saying, oh, I just don't like that. Maybe something else. And you're like, well, what? You're like, I don't fucking. Not that.
Yeah, right? Plenty of that shit. Yeah. It's hard, man. It's hard coming up with a name. I like the name Increate a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find like a good one-word band name that has been used like at least twice.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you just like make it up, like a lot of the death metal bands now, I think are just like making up names by coming up with like two brutal words that are
jamming them together.
that kind of like mold together. Like, I don't know, like carnage carcass, or it's just one word.
Yeah, like blood incantation, or like I'm trying to think of other actual bands. Outer Heaven, blood incantation, creeping death, gate creeper. Yeah, all those death metal bands. It's just two words. Like, pick them, guys. Yeah. We're Roman Ring.
I like the new the Roman Ring album cover because it actually has like the concept of a Roman ring on it, basically.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, a little bit. Black
it's
hole
not on
shit.
just the front cover, but like on the extended artwork, it has that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
So I was
funny,
like,
didn't
oh, it's
think
like
of that.
basically a Roman ring, like right there.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of ties in the name to it. So it was kind of like my whole idea with the halogen was to kind of get the sci-fi shit out of my system because I've always wanted to like do some stuff like that, but never really have. But yeah, I like went. I mean, thinking of like artwork especially too, because I'm like a big nerd when it comes to that type of shit. So like, aligning that to where basically shit I've always wanted to do with other bands and everybody's like, nah. And then I'm just like, I showed like the guys in Roman Ring where it's just, everybody's just like, I don't care. Or like, they're like, yeah, all right. And I'm just like, all right, sick. So, but it came out really well, I think. I love that album cover. Now the more that I've been thinking about it since we talked about it earlier on this episode. I've had people tell me the opposite where they're just like, yeah, this is a little bit too much. And I'm like, all right, bitch. Well, I didn't ask for your opinion. Yeah, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Whatever,
like,
everybody's
yeah,
gonna have an
everybody's
opinion.
got different tastes with their. It's so funny though, man, because it's like, come on, guys, we're all doing the same shit here. We're all metal bands that aren't doing this for a living or making enough
Right.
money to do it. Like, can't we just be nice to each other? Like, I don't know. I get it. And I don't get it, but that's why I get it in one way or another. But do you guys know what you're doing for artwork for your next release?
Well, Dustin does some graphic design work and stuff. Lead guitar player. So he did our last album cover.
Okay.
So he actually we have like a rough draft kind of what the new one might be that he's worked on.
Cool.
We like dabbled with the idea of having an artist do it, but then he just like playing around, doing some stuff, splicing some different photo concepts together, and came up with something that we think looks pretty cool.
Sick.
So I'm pretty sure we're just going to use like a version of that.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's cool when you could do it like in-house like that.
Yeah, definitely save some money. And
yeah, and you really get to like explore the creativity, I feel like too. It's just kind of like, it's not like you're working with somebody you don't know, you're working with someone that you do know pretty well, and like, you're able to maybe flow ideas a little better. Like, I've been in bands with dudes that do photography, videography, graphic design, everything like above and across the board. But like, I've never been in like, I don't think a band with somebody that's like really good at like drawing or painting or like digital art, so to speak. I mean, graphic design, but not like a guy that could like, have one of those like, I forget what they're called. They're like tablets where you could draw on them. And shit, like digital painting, I guess you would call it. I don't know, but it's cool. I'm sure that's cool to have that like in the back pocket.
Dustin doesn't do so much of like the hand drawn stuff really, but he's good at kind of creating some cool images and stuff, or altering photographs and that kind of thing. And
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, pretty cool. The concept for the new music is basically like having 4 songs each represent a different landscape that you find in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so another kind of one of my ideas, I was just like, we've done the sci-fi thing, everyone does outer space, let's do like a Earth-based theme for this next record.
I like that.
So I guess we're not like 100% set on the song names, but basically, one song's about, like oceans theme, forests, deserts, and mountains.
Cool. What's the song you sent Bill about? Do you know what landscape that one's based off of?
I did oceans and deserts, the ones that I linked to him.
Sick. Hell yeah.
So the album we were thinking, I guess tentative album name is Soundscapes.
Cool.
So, but it's all instrumental, so we can really just call whatever we want, you know?
You should just name it whatever we want.
We're like, what if we just change the theme like pandemic or something?
Yeah.
Getting sick.
Yeah, right. Jesus. I want to know how many bands are going to like pseudo write about this shit.
Oh, I'm sure tons.
Just from writing it during. Yeah, I can't wait for like it to be 2 years from now. And we're all just like, I'm so sick of hearing about bands fucking sing about the coronavirus. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I don't know. Yeah. It's just nuts. It's like we start 2020 off like this. Like, great.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
new
like,
decade.
like you're going to start this race, but we're going to shoot you in the fucking shin first, and
Yeah.
now you got to go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hopefully in a year we'll be good, you know? Maybe in 5 years.
At something as waiting practice, we were joking about that. Like, how many albums are going to come out after this quarantine, and then how many bands are going to break up after it because they've been stuck together?
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of. I mean, if they're quarantined together, I guess.
Or if you're just not doing anything, and it's like, or like other people are going to start other projects and like go on to do those instead.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Dude, you should just do your quarantine project and quit both of your bands.
No.
Producer.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy how, like, I mean, like, there's bands that are announcing shit. Like, Carcass just announced they're delaying their album release because of this. Hatebreed announced the same thing. Other bands are still following through with their releases. You know, it's kind of weird. I would hate to, like, have to delay a release because of something like this.
Yeah. I don't know.
So.
Yeah, and it would fuck up your tour cycle and shit. Obviously, well, I mean, it's not like you can, but
Right.
yeah. I mean, maybe bands are doing that to kind of like coincide everything together, you know, again, or at least like kind of like get everything like back on track.
Right.
I don't know. It's hard shit, man.
Yeah, it's hard enough without a pandemic,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
definitely
right?
not making things easier.
Exactly. It just pushes shit off further to the
Right.
point where it's just like, oh God, like now what? Yeah. Well, maybe one day we'll all come back from this and we'll all be laughing at it.
Hopefully, yeah.
But
And hopefully all the venues aren't shut down from lack of money going on right now. They'll
yeah,
have somewhere to play when this all blows over.
I mean, there's gonna have to be something, right?
Yeah, and that was another thing we talked about was like, you know, like, so after this does get lifted, you know, think about it, like as far as shows go, like it's probably going to be all like bigger bands. Like bands like us that are smaller probably aren't going to get to play right away.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. I think we won't have like top billing for a lot of stuff, you know, because they're going to make up for all those tours that got canceled or pushed back.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to catch. And then eventually more of like the local bands and stuff like that hopefully can start playing shows again. But I feel like it's not going to happen right away.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to talk to like an actual promoter about that.
Yeah, and see where their head's at.
Yeah, because I'm sure they still will. I mean, there will be tours, but it's going to be hard to pick up tours even at first. So, you know, I think some promoters are probably, I mean, I don't see why Shane wouldn't still do some local shows just to be like, get it going again.
That's a guy we should have on. Talk to him about with everything that's going on.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. So, man, I'm out of it today, man. I'm losing my steam.
Are you?
Yeah.
Getting pooped?
Yeah, I just like, I don't know.
It's still daylight out. Look.
I know. Look at that sun is still like,
Yeah, right.
Some blue sky.
Yeah, look at it. It's beautiful
dude.
out.
It's so funny. So shit, it'll get dark in like how many hours? What time is it here now? So it's 8:19 here. So it's 6:19 there. So give it a couple hours, you'll be sundown.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe less. I'm not sure.
What are the top 3 spots you miss in Chicago?
Ooh, good question.
The top 3 spots.
It could be restaurants, venues, anything.
I mean, I miss playing shows at the Cobra Lounge.
Yeah.
That was like
we
our
do
main
too.
jam, kind of.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of metal shows as much anymore.
It's definitely
Oh, that's too bad.
not as frequent.
That was always a good time spot. And what else? You know, it's really more than like the places. I miss, you know, the people, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, the biggest reason for me leaving was to get like a change of landscape, and the hardest thing for me to leave was like my friends in band, essentially. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I miss, you know, like, I guess just like, you know, some of the different neighborhood old hangs and stuff, you know, but I guess I didn't really have like specific spots in Chicago that I felt like I couldn't live without.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, you know, I had like my favorite restaurants and everything like that. And, you know,
What were your favorite restaurants? We got Pequod, so we know that. We know we got your lockdown spot for pizza.
Old Park Thai was definitely up there for some good Thai food over on Western.
Okay.
I think they have a couple different locations. There's a location kind of down in like South Loop, I want to say too.
Okay.
But yeah, the Western spot, super good Thai food. What else was good? I don't know. Diner Grill.
Yep.
Nice.
Dude, it burned down and reopened during the time you were gone.
I remember reading about it burning down a few years ago. But yeah, I mean those are more like memory spots, you know.
Yeah.
Just having fun hangs with the dudes after shows, late night, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because you eat 2 slingers or whatever the fuck. Everybody always talks about that shit, man.
No, he never ate 2. He just ate one homemade one really fucking fast.
Oh, I thought somebody told me that you ate 2.
Yeah.
Someone's fabricating here.
Yeah, maybe someone's, it's getting to the point where, they're becoming tall tales.
Right, it's more of a legend now.
When he ate 2 slingers back to back.
Whoa, my God. Hell yeah. That's cool, though. So that makes a lot of sense. I would assume the same thing. Because, I mean, I'm sure as many Six spots as there are here, there probably are plenty where you are, too. To make up for that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good. I don't miss the food, really. I mean, I can still get Chicago-style thin crust, which is, it's mostly what you eat in Chicago when you get pizza.
Yeah.
And it's fucking really good out here. It's about right by my house.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, there's a bunch of good restaurants. I mean, my wife, Rachel, is vegan, so, there's tons of good vegan food out here.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, we hit up a lot of different spots like that. And, yeah. But mostly, actually, we cook at home the majority of the time.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool. That's good. Definitely good to do.
It's fun. Yeah. Cook good meals.
What are you doing for dinner tonight?
Rachel's cooking something up now. I can smell it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We just went shopping the other day. Did our grocery trip excursion out into the dangerous world.
Nice. Where do you go grocery shopping out there?
Well, we go to Trader Joe's a lot, but right now there's like a fucking line out the store.
Dude, I tried to go to Trader Joe's today too. Same shit.
And we're just like, no, not going to deal with that. So there's this place called Market of Choice where we can just go right in.
Yeah.
And, it's like better quality produce and stuff for the most part anyway. It's just a bit more expensive. And, there's like Trader Joe's just has like certain things that are like really a good deal there. That are like good quality.
Yeah.
So just missing like a few things, that we'd normally get from them. But,
dude, I tried going to Trader Joe's with my dad this morning, and we were just like, we saw a line out there because now they're doing that thing where they limit how many people could be inside the store. Apparently, Walmart's doing that too, from what I hear.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
At that point, I was just, me and my dad saw it, and we were like, fuck this, and we just got out of there.
No way.
Dude, you should have just been like, I'm Joe, let me in. You should have just said,
own this place,
yeah,
man.
you should just say you're Trader Joe, dude. You should have offered them some trades and then showed them your ID, and then they'd be like, all right, you're in, you're good.
Spelled differently, though.
I wanted to get some cookie butter, man. I love that shit. You know what, though? I think I'm going to try and get up early this week and go when they open, because I don't think there'll be that much of a line.
People are fucking lining up like the fucking iPhone for that shit.
That'd be crazy. The night before, hours before they open.
You think that? I don't know. Maybe.
I bet you people are getting there before they open. Be like, I don't want to have to wait in line, so I'll just wait outside before they open for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do, essentially. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, they open at 9, so I mean,
I'll there at 8:40.
See how it goes and see if if I go on a Wednesday morning or something, maybe it won't be as bad as on a weekend, but
we'll see.
Yeah. Honestly, the grocery stores I went to Jewel and Aldi today, both had plenty of shit.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of places are finally restocked.
Toilet paper still looks like it's kind of fucked up, but
really? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it was like when we went out the Market of Choice here. It was like they're out of toilet paper, maybe Kleenex, but everything else we were able to find that we wanted.
Yeah, I got some adult flushable wipes today. I haven't seen those in a long time, so I was like, I guess I'll get some.
Nice.
Yeah, I like
my Dustin just bought himself a bidet, I think. So
Nice.
That's key for this moment right now.
Yeah, I know a buddy of mine bought one too. He uses it like installed it on his mic from Inferi, the guitar player. He installed a bidet to his toilet.
Nice.
It's probably way better than using toilet paper anyway.
Yeah, way better.
It's cleaner, more efficient.
I was talking to some friends last night, and my buddy was like talking about the Gwyneth Paltrow show that's on right now, and she's very like.
What show is that?
It's on Netflix. It's called like The Goop Project.
Is
or
it
something
funny?
Like that. It's funny, but it's not supposed to be because she's like, it's all like alternate medicine type stuff, you know?
Oh, is it not like a fictitious show?
No, it's real. And what my friend mentioned was like, yeah, she mentioned something about steaming her asshole. I was like, wait,
Whoa,
for what?
Gwyneth
Like,
Paltrow.
yeah, and apparently it does. Yeah, I was right. And I was like, wait, like, is it to clean or what's going on? And apparently, like, he looked it up, and not only does it clean your asshole, but it's supposed to help you in other ways and like give you more energy and this, and that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm good. Steaming my butthole.
I'm good.
Shit, just eat some hot wings, dude.
It'll steam your
Yeah,
right
that'll
up.
steam your asshole right good. Listen here, Gwen. I've been doing this a long time before you had this stupid ass show. That's so weird, man. Did you use a bidet when you were in Europe at all?
No.
Then none of them had them?
No, none of them had it. Yeah.
What did you just toilet paper everywhere?
Yep. Toilet paper or, newspaper, whatever. No, just toilet paper.
Man, you gotta have those
I've
wipes.
never had the pleasure myself.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've heard the legend. Never got to use one.
I've listened to Joey Diaz on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Be all about it.
Well, he talks about how he just takes a shower or takes a shit and then jumps right in the shower without wiping. So he just uses his shower like a bidet.
I've heard a few people do that.
Yeah. He also tells a story about him taking a shit in his shower.
And then mashing it into the...
It's so gross, dude. It's disgusting. It's funny.
That sounds horrendous.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I just watched a video of Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder doing it was like an MTV Cribs basically, but through...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just showed up on YouTube a couple days ago. And I think it was through Metal Injection.
Or
maybe?
Metal Sucks.
Or Metal Sucks or something. And yeah, he has one.
A bidet?
Yep. He was all about it.
What does he live in, a house or an apartment?
It looks like an apartment.
Yeah.
A condo or something.
He's in New York City now, I believe. He lives
Is
in
that
New
where
York.
he is?
Yeah.
Got out of Michigan.
I think he's been out of there for a while. Listen to that new Black Dahlia. I downloaded the leak of it the other day.
Wait, is it not out yet?
No, it comes out like in 2 weeks from Friday.
You released like one song?
It released there's a couple songs out now, I think. I think there's 2 singles right now. That's all right. More Black Dahlia shit, you know?
Yeah. At this point, I don't know if they're going to be impressing anybody.
Yeah. Their guitar player's killer. They're like, I love all of his leads. I think they're really cool, especially what I've heard from the new record. But yeah, that's one of those bands where at this point I kind of listen to the new albums like once or twice at most, and then I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
Heard what I needed to hear.
They're still cool live though. Still very good. I'm trying to think the last time I saw them. It's probably when we played there. When we played with them. Were you there? Mm-hmm. Did you drive us? Mm-hmm. Oh, that must have been right before we got a van or close to it. Damn. Yeah, that was fun. That was at Concord. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah. That was the first time I've ever been to Concord.
Yeah. It was
cool.
killer.
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
remember
crazy.
I was trying to join Black Dahlia Murder back in like 2006 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after Zach Gibson left and they're searching for someone else, I recorded a cover of Flies when they're doing like drum auditions and submitted it to them, and like Trevor emailed me back and he was like, "Oh, good job, man. Thanks. We're gonna go someone else, but appreciate your submission or something."
That's sick. They hit you back.
Yeah, I was really surprised actually.
Yeah, that's cool. Wow, that's so funny. I love that song, Flies.
Yeah, it's still a tough song to play.
Yeah,
I actually remember watching some like old Derek Roddy video, and there was some like instructional video or something that he was doing, and I was like, holy shit, this is the drum part to Flies. They like wrote their riffs based on this old Derek Roddy video.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think like literally like the drum. It was a while ago that I have no idea what. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. But yeah, there's like some video that he posted. It was just doing some kind of like, I don't know if it was like some improvised or semi-composed, drum part exercise. It was just playing this like, triplet blast beat rolling combination stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like literally the drum, like the beginning of that whole song is like structured around that drum beat. And I think Zach Gibson probably was just like watching those videos and was like, this is sweet. And then he like showed the guitarist. He's like, check out this drum part, dude. You could write a riff and then we could just like make this song.
And then that's how they did it. That's funny.
I'm sure it's how it happened. I mean, it couldn't have been a coincidence.
Dude, Zach's a sweet guy, man. I met him once. No, I met him a couple times. And Nate hangs out with him whenever they tour in Detroit and shit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a sick dude. Awesome drummer. He's my favorite drummer that band ever had.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be my favorite record is Miasma.
Same. Yeah, that was I learned how to play blast beats by listening to A Vulgar Picture and trying to play that. That's how I figured it out.
It's a tough tune.
It is a tough tune.
To play.
To this day, it's still tough, dude.
Still tough. It's like 230.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. It's got to be. Yeah, I think it's up there. 230. It sounds about right. Lots of.
Yeah, I'm not really at those tempos anymore. I'm like hitting 220. I'm like, oh god, this is fucking fast.
Yeah, it is fast. 220 is fast, man. I still think that's fast.
Yeah, I like 200. I'm like, all right, this is fast and pretty comfortable still. And then like past that, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, definitely takes some like practice to get back up there.
Yeah, at least if you hit like the endurance fucking sections with those tempos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, there's some fast shit in some of those Roman Ring songs you wrote. Like,
yeah, like I go back. I was trying to like jam with those the other day, and I was like, man, I'm not as fast anymore. At least I feel like my hands, like my feet, I think are like faster than my hands at this point, probably.
Wow, really? I'm definitely vice versa. My hands are like way faster than my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just probably pretty close, but I feel like endurance wise, like my feet are better off at this point than my hands.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you do are you doing double strokes on your feet?
No, I never.
I can't do that shit either. I wish I could, but
I'm more of like a swivel guy. Get good amount of power into it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of a double stroke technique. The swivel.
Yeah, well, it's the double stroke technique that I know most people do to hit those really high tempos. It's just like mashing the beater into the head so that you get like a secondary dribble on it. And so like your heads are not getting that far off of your beaters aren't bouncing that far off of the head, at least for that second stroke.
Uh-huh.
And you have to, most people have their bass drum heads cranked and totally stuffed to like hit the double strokes good. A few guys can do it without that, but I've messed around with it a little bit and it's like, this is, I respect the people that can do it really well.
Yeah.
But whenever I do it, I just like, well, I can still roll singles faster than this. And like, I just, there's only so much time I can dedicate to trying getting good at drums. And I feel like whenever I do that, I'm like, I'd rather try and be practicing something else.
Yeah, shit. Makes sense, man.
Maybe if I was like trying to play in a band that was like hitting, 240 plus, like a lot, I'd like go with that route to, just hit those tempos with comfort, without having to just like fucking just be a monster.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of like discouraged sometimes just seeing how fucking good and fast other drummers are.
Me too, man. Like, all the time.
That's fair. And they get younger and younger.
Play the fast shit, and then I'll just figure out something else cool to play that isn't as fast.
Yeah. Yep. I do the same shit, man. Until I have to play fast, and I'm like, well, okay, here we go.
Yeah, like I still practice, hitting, doing endurance exercises, trying to keep up and be able to blast and roll and everything. But there's also some guys that you see, I don't know, in that Metal Drummer Nerds Facebook group. I don't know if you've seen that. But
Yeah, I'm in there.
Post videos in there all the time, and I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you're so fast.
Yeah, that's why I could never post. I would never post in there. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like, all these guys got it covered, dude. Yeah. Yeah,
I was posting a video the other day, and it was like, I don't know, he's like just blasting at like 270 at least with like tons of power, like sounded great, and I was just like,
how?
I don't know. I don't feel like I need to practice that much to go that fast. Like if I was doing that, like I would be sucking at everything else.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And I don't know. I mean, some drummers are great at it, but like, I feel like there's a certain level. I hate saying it because it's such a cliche, but it's like, when you're playing like that, there's a certain level of feel that kind of goes away, Yeah. And like, but it's true.
I mean, you can only, it sounds sick. Some people are just all about that blast life,
Yeah, I get it. I definitely like admire the blast life a lot. Like I've tried to be there.
I do too. I have a lot of admiration for the blast life, but with my personal musical tastes, I'm too curious to, explore different drum grooves and, different hand patterns and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's like the new Increate stuff you can hear is definitely like more kind of creative approaches to tempos that would be like super fast to blast over.
Cool. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited to hear it.
This makes me think of watched a Black Dahlia DVD, and Bart was like, in the future, drums will only be understood by computers.
Yeah.
There we go. It's so fast.
That's so funny. Yeah. Oh man, I love that
now
DVD.
People are like, if you don't play 300 BPM, you're really not that fast.
Yeah, are you even a metal drummer at this point?
Yeah, it's like, God damn it. I
All
don't know, am I? Like, fuck, dude.
At this point, you're just a rock drummer.
You're heavy metal.
Yeah, right? Jeez. Yeah.
Wasting your time down there in that 220, 230 area.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, I've seen guys like sweated at 260 is probably like as high as I could go. Ugh. Yeah, it's hard. And that's like hard.
Sounds painful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can't. And I definitely can't do that with my feet at all. Like I can't sit like when I'm just like, like alternating. But
right.
When it's like, every other, like halftime on my feet, I can do that at 260. Yeah, that's it's fair. Wild. Yeah, some guys are killer guys and really good at what they do. But yeah, it's like, how do you guys do that? Are you practicing 20 hours a day? Like,
have to be, right?
I would assume, unless some people are just naturally gifted in the Department of Blast.
In the Department of Blast.
Who's the secretary in your governmental Department of Blast, dude?
Those blast genes.
Yeah,
blasted genes.
I feel like I've always, been lacking the blast genes.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like that.
Worked really hard to get there.
Yeah. Do you think Derek Roddy has kids? And do you think if he has kids, do they blast?
Yeah, probably. They have to.
Yeah.
Have a natural blast.
Right. Imagine having a father-son conversation about blast beats. Son, let me show you how to blast.
I mean, it's probably starting to happen.
Yeah,
we're probably getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, some of these kids starting to grow up, 10, 12-year-olds getting blast talk by their dad.
Yeah, like the drummer from Foul Carnage that looks like a dad, John Merriman or whatever. He always looked like a dad, but I don't know if he's an actual dad. I don't know what those dudes are up to. So I miss that band, but miss a lot of bands.
Miss all the bands.
Yeah, did you hear that new band with Jacob Bannon and like the guitar player and bass player of the Red Chord and a couple other dudes?
No.
There was a new, I forget what they're called, but they just there's like a death metal band. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. I forget who's on drums.
And the Converge dude's doing vocalist over?
Yeah, he's doing vocals. Gunface.
Gunface?
Yeah, he's on guitar. Awesome. And the bass player from Greg Weeks, I think his name is. And then one of the guitar players that used to be in Hatebreed is in the band, and somebody else on drums. It was really good though. I like the song.
Interesting.
Yeah, I gotta look up what it's called.
I'd check it out.
I'm about to discover it right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
If I could find whatever it is.
Oh, you're the worst.
Yeah, I know. What is it? They're called Umbra Vitae. Yeah. Vitae. And their album, Shadow of Life, is coming out May 1st on Death Wish, Inc. No shit, it's their fucking label. It's Jacob Bannon's label, so of course it's coming out on that. It's cool,
Nice.
though. I recommend checking it out. I think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it.
At least the song I
Okay.
heard was cool.
I like their song on Spotify. I'll check it out later.
There you go. Yeah, you use Spotify primarily?
Yeah, I've jumped around. I had Apple Music, I had Google Play, and then went back to Spotify.
Yeah, I like Spotify the best, I think. Out of all the ones that every time I've tried, I got another free trial of Apple Music, so I've been kind of messing around with it, but it's almost exactly the same, but I like Spotify's interface more, and it's just I'm more familiar with it at this point. It's well, fuck it.
Yeah, I've been using it for years.
Yeah.
They don't have the early Decapitated records for some reason on Spotify.
They're not on any services, I don't think, at the moment, because there's a legal dispute between them and Earache Records, who has the rights to those albums. So Earache, Earache took all those records off. They did that with a bunch of bands too. Very lame.
Yeah, I was earlier today, I was I want to play along to Spheres of Madness, get some good, double bass drum endurance in, and God damn it, I had to find it on YouTube.
Right, or maybe get a CD, find a CD of it somewhere.
Yeah.
I still have my Decapitated CDs. I was trying to listen to Organic Hallucinosis the other day, and I was like, fuck, I forgot it's not on Spotify.
I got that on vinyl, thankfully.
Oh, do you really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's a cool record to have. I should have that on vinyl. I don't have any Decapitated on vinyl.
Yeah, that's my only one. But I really like, what is that song? 46 Days or
Day
what is it?
69?
Day 69.
Hell yeah.
Day 69. Yeah, that one has a cool little death metal drum solo in it.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Man, that's my favorite Decapitated record, I think, by far.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice creepy album cover.
I know. Yeah, creepy album cover. All the songs are really cool and weird, and a lot of cool grooves and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really enjoy what they're doing now, but,
Yeah, I mean, ever since E-Tech left the band, they haven't quite been the same, but...
Yeah, that one record, their first comeback record, I hated it when it came out, but then it definitely grew on me a lot. And I do like it a lot now. I forget what it's. Carnival is Forever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, there's some really cool songs on that album. And, but then, everything after has kind of just been poop for me. Couple good songs here and there, but they're doing the rock and roll thing now with their.
Really?
They're a little bit death and roll type vibe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How many albums are there after that Carnival one?
There's two. There's Blood Mantra, which is the one that came out after Warforged. We played with them on that album cycle. They did a show at Cobra Lounge. It was Decapitated Misery Index, No Zodiac played, and us.
Oh.
You were there for sure.
Yeah.
And then their newest record, Anti-Cult or something like that. I don't know. It came out. That's when that whole rape shit went down with them.
Right.
It was when that right after that came out. So, yeah. But I don't know. But I follow Vogue on Instagram, and he's just been posting all these sick Decapitated riffs, as part of his stay-at-home thing. He's just jamming out on Instagram. I'm like, well, this is cool, dude. Did you know he was playing with Machine Head on the Burn My Eyes tour that they were doing?
That is fucking crazy.
No, I did not.
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
he
the
was doing
fuck?
that tour.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Decapitated after all that went down. Legal shit. I mean, I think they're still doing stuff technically, but in Europe only.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Actually, they were doing. I knew this shit. Why am I saying this? They were about to do a full European tour. They started it, and it was them, Aborted, Lorna Shore and shit, and literally 3 days in they had to call it off, and the American bands had to fly home because coronavirus.
Oh.
It literally just happened. Beyond Creation was on that tour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sick lineup. But thanks, coronavirus. Yeah, motherfucker.
That's not all good shows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, messing up everything. It really sucks.
Yeah, Yeah, it was like once they started releasing, like the limited gatherings, and I was like, well, maybe our show will still happen because can't fit too many people into this little venue it's supposed to be at. And then it got down to 50, and I was like, oh, I mean, still not going to be 50 people there, but
yeah. And then it just gets to a point where it's just like, oh, well, now we can't do anything.
And people, oh, well. I mean, it could still be a show.
Yeah. Our headliner would have been on Friday, the Warforged show. That would have been on Friday.
Yeah.
Like just one band watching the other band,
Yeah, fuck it.
Just
Why not?
another metal show.
At that point, at least it would be something to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if I knew that, I wonder how many people would if a band was put in a scenario where it was literally like, hey, we're just going to play for one other band, so we'll watch your set and you watch ours. Like, are you guys down? If I knew I was going to
do that on purpose?
Yeah, just to be like, well, it's all we could do. If I knew that was the case, I'd probably be like, yeah, why not?
Fuck yeah.
At least it gets me out of the house. Like,
yeah.
Shit.
Maybe that'll be start progressing into playing shows. So first we just have to play shows with the other bands. Then eventually we can have one audience member, and then one audience member.
Well, now everybody's Twitch streaming their shows. Like Code Orange did that thing, and they had a shitload of people watch them. So I wonder if that's going to be a new thing too, even after this, just bands live streaming shows.
I've watched a few bands do their practices and stuff like that, live stream it through Facebook or whatever, and it's been fun. It's been cool to see. The last one I watched was the dudes from
Misanthropy.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't see it, but
nice.
Yeah, they're a cool band. Hell yeah.
Yeah, if we had some sort of internet at the practice space, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's put a camera up and.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Yeah, we don't have that. Wah, wah. Wouldn't it be cool to have a rehearsal spot that had included free Wi-Fi?
Technically, Music Garage.
Oh yeah, but you had to jerry rig it.
Sort of, or even then, you couldn't even connect to the easy one to connect to.
The grounds or the
whatever.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember trying to log in so many times, and even when you got on the Wi-Fi, it sucked anyway.
Sucked,
yeah. Man, we're not at Music Garage anymore. I don't know if you know this, but
yeah. Nate's told me you guys are in a different spot.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to him. Every once in a while, I give him a call.
We had to say goodbye to.
Should probably give him a call sooner than later. He's been pretty cooped up at his house now. He hasn't been leaving since this whole thing started. So I know he's been getting a little stir crazy.
Yeah, definitely give him a call. He would love to hear from you, Joe.
Gotta let him know that I did this with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably oh, what the fuck? I would have come on and done that.
I wonder, man. I mean, I don't know. I think I told him that he was coming on, that Joe was coming on. I think I told him that you were coming on. I don't remember, though. I haven't talked to Nate in a couple days, but see what that jabroni is up to.
Dude, hit him up.
Yeah. Well, you guys go way back. You guys knew each other when you were kids, right?
I mean, we started Small Town Murder, me and Nate, basically.
Yeah.
Coming out of our punk bands that we were both playing in. We started to get into metal, started hanging out. And
what was your punk band called?
My punk band was called Undefined.
Okay.
Not as good as Society's Toilet. Far and away my favorite band name ever.
Toilet. And we would play shows together a lot, and so we got to know each other through that. And then just kind of both started getting into metal around the same time and started hanging out and talking, and basically just I want to start playing metal. So we just started jamming with each other, and we're like, all right, let's start a metal band, and that's what turned into Small Town Murder.
Sick. Shred.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And then the rest is history.
Rest is history.
Yeah, now here we are.
Yeah. I saw so one of the last shows that went down before this whole thing broke out was there was a tour with Origin, Beneath the Massacre, and did Feed It Sanity. And it was out in the burbs, so I drove. It was me, Danny, did you ever meet Tyson, who played drums in Joni with Danny's old band?
Oh, yeah. We're buds, for sure.
Tyson was there. I drove him down. Nate was there. and we met up with Andy from Small Town Murder came out to that show.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about this.
Oh, you did?
He jumped up and grabbed the mic from the bass player or something like that.
No, I don't know what he fucking did. He didn't get on stage. He was just doing man, everybody's got a different story about this. Who did you hear it from?
Probably Nate, right?
Oh, he was, there was like some little text feed that some of the small town murder dudes had at some point in, the last couple weeks or whatever. He said something. He just made some offhand comment. It's like, yeah, you saw what I did. Fucking grabbed the mic from the bass player. Was a badass.
He's wild, dude.
Character.
Yeah, he really is, man. The first time I met Andy, he like cursed me out. Like it was like we were playing a show.
It was the Curtis.
It was a Curtis Canino benefit show at this place called Livewire, and I forget where we were in the bill, but he was rap, like his Cam Camarillo was playing, so it was like his rap set. And I remember like I was setting up to like play, like we were setting up on stage. He's like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I was just like, "All right, dude, like I don't even know you, man." He was like, "Fuck you," like, and I was just like, "Well, oh great, like cool. You're a nice guy." I'm pretty sure he was already.
Yeah, you just have to like when he's acting like that, you just take it sarcastically because. It's hard to tell sometimes. You're like, is this guy for real or is he just fucking with me?
And I never knew him before. And like,
and if you don't know him before, like, you're like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. And like, he was just
like, you're like, he's just fucking being a goofball.
He was just like, he came up to me and he was just like, I started this fucking band. Like, you don't know fucking shit. And I was like, okay, well, you're not in it now. Like, I said something like that. And like, but he like introduced our set, I remember, which was stupid.
Hey man, it's all part of the show.
Yeah,
it's all fun.
But I remember specifically that shit going on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart though. He was so nice to me. Like at the Beneath the Massacre show, we were hanging out. He was like trying to buy me drinks and shit, and I was like, no, but he was cool. He was getting pretty sauced, and nice. Like, he did something. He like jumped on stage, or I don't remember. Everybody, dude, I was really high and like. Nate was piss drunk. Danny was pretty drunk. Andy was drunk. Nice. Franco wasn't there. No, he was there. He drove. Yeah, he was fine. He was high with me, but not like drinking or anything. Yeah, he was like the only one with sense.
Isn't that a shocker?
Yeah, it was just like funny. Like it's just like wow. All right, well.
All right, I'm just finding the text feed so I can read it to you.
Nice. Yeah, please do.
All right. Oh, guess who hijacked Origin's set last night? It was me. And James is like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm mic'd up with them. LOL. Got on stage and took the bassist's mic. James is like, how'd you pull that off? He's like, have you forgotten who you're talking to? I told him it was mine. I was squints and said, move.
He definitely didn't do any of that. I don't even know if, like, he definitely didn't even get on. He, like, got on the stage and, like, jumped off. I don't even think he did any vocals, though.
Like, a bunch of fools were stage diving. I got mic'd up.
Yeah, all right, dude. Well, like, if that's how he wants to tell a story, like, that's cool, you know? I'm pretty sure.
And like, James was like, you rap?
Dude, I love James. The few times I've met James, he's so fucking funny, man. And like trying to picture him and Andy in a band together is very like, it's very like funny to me.
Good times back in the day for sure. I remember that one memory I have of Andy. We were playing this one show out in the suburbs somewhere, and there's this we were just walking outside in the parking lot. There's this kid walking. He's like, "Give me $5, fool." Like, here, gave him $5.
Oh shit!
And he's like, "Oh God, it actually worked, man! That fucking kid gave me $5."
Wow!
And he's like, I don't even remember if he reapproached him. I think he just took it, and I was like, "Sweet,
hell yeah!" Well, I mean, that's one way to make some money, you know. Shit, that's
all you have to do is ask, man.
Yeah.
Try to go up on the street. Give me $100.
Yeah. I want to try doing that, see what happens. Yeah, he's definitely wild. But, you know, every once in a while, I pop on that Being John Stamos music video.
Dude.
Yeah, that song's sick, dude. To this day, it's still sick.
Yeah, it was another... I remember James wrote a lot of the riffs in that one.
Yeah.
There was definitely some collab parts there. I'm sure Nate wrote some of it, but pretty I remember the beginning of that song was a James riff.
Yeah. I remember
there was a period where I was still out in I went out to college at Berkeley for a year. So I think they started writing Being John Stamos when I was at Berkeley, and Matt Gonzalez, who used to play in Society's Toilet, was playing with Small Town Murder, kind of filling in for me at the time.
Yeah. I'd heard about this.
So then I think they I remember having to like learn some of the drum parts based on like some stuff that he was doing, and then like altering them a little bit and whatnot. That's old school Small Town Murder shit.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. So you were only at Berkeley for a year?
Yep. Years all I could afford.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, shit is not cheap. That's cool though.
Yeah, it was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shit, man. I'm just about to say something about Small Town Murder. Oh, I remember I saw one of my favorite Small Town Murder shows was it was at the Mojos in Tinley Park. I think the second iteration of Mojos, but it was Born of Osiris, After the Burial, Shai Halud.
Yeah, I was at that show.
Burning the Masses, and Small Town Murder.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. I was like 16 or some shit. Yeah, I was young, dude.
I was like 30.
I was 16. Me and Eric went to that show.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we drove all
me
the
and
way
Tom
from...
were at that show.
We drove from Oak Park all the way down there. We were like, where are we going? Because we knew it was on Harlem Avenue.
Right.
We were like, all right, we can just take that all the way, right? So we did. We missed it like a couple times.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we got there like super early to make sure we could catch like the Small Town Murder set.
Nice.
I remember fucking Andy was just like, you better come see us with Psyopus. And I was like, dude, I'm 15. Don't talk to me. I didn't say that, but I just remember talking.
Sir, I'm a child.
Yeah.
And he's like, give me $5.
Yeah, I gave him $5. No, I remember I was mostly like just like totally punishing the Burning the Masses guys at that show. I loved that band when I was in high school. Like I was all about them, and like they were super cool dudes. They were just like so nice, and
They're
like
probably like a year older than you.
yeah, they literally were like 18 or like
Right.
19 or something, and I was like, God damn, like this is cool. You guys are young as fuck and shredding. Those guys ripped that guitar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they released like all those videos like before they got signed, I think.
Yeah.
Like with them like just fucking covering Necrophagist songs and
like Steve Vai solos and shit.
yeah,
It was
it's
so
like, you know,
sick.
it's like, who the fuck are these goddamn little kids?
Right.
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't want to play like that, man.
Yeah, they're awesome. I don't think either of those guys are still... they're doing music, but no metal shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Jason does his project from home, whatever it is, some like prog band he's working on, but he's cool. I like that dude. He came out to our show in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Which was cool, yeah. Yeah, they're sweet. They're awesome dudes. I wish that band was still a band, but everybody was always like, they took Small Town Murder's spot on Media Scare.
Yeah, we like asked too many questions or something.
Right.
They're like, wait, so what's this contract? Let's look at this contract. I'm like, shut up. No, you can't look at the contract.
Right. Shit, they
We'll
actually
send this
ready.
other
Get them
band.
out of here. Get them out of here.
Dude, it's so funny hearing Nate, like you say that and then like thinking of Nate's like very dramatic story about the media. It's not dramatic. I don't mean to say it like in a negative tone, but Nate like definitely tells that story very seriously. And then you just being like, yeah, what about the contract? It's a really funny like contrast between you guys. But yeah, I mean, it was fucked up. I mean, the story I heard was fucked up. Like, but in hindsight,
story. We're like trying to look out for ourselves, and they're like, "No, we want you to record without a contract." And we're like, well, "What about the contract?" And they're like, "All right, never mind.
Yeah.
We'll just stop talking to you."
yeah, very weird. Well, you know what? I heard, I mean, Media Scare doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
And like I had heard from a reputable source that it was just a drug front for that dude Baron Bodnar, the owner of the label. To like, yeah, apparently it was like.
Doubt it. You know what? I saw that he's joining a band with Javier from Animals as leaders and like some other dudes. Like they're finally like releasing a song or something.
Baron Bodnar is.
Yeah, I was like,
really?
What the fuck?
He's in a band with like other people who know how to play instruments.
That's crazy. I know Sean Keith is in a band with guys. He's from Sumerian. That's that band with Randy Blythe and shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I forget what they're called. Yeah.
Oh, I saw something about that.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I was like, Aaron, fucking douchebag, he fucking wouldn't sign my band and wouldn't give us a contract before we had to record. And
yeah, I heard he was running drugs into the country, and Media Scare was legit like a cover up for it.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
I don't know how legit it is, but yeah, I'm not sure. I heard that
it was almost part of that. It was almost part of this fucking cover up.
You guys could have been a sweet drug mule for him.
Money laundering blanket.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure it was some laundering. I don't know. My friend, a buddy of mine who does, he's like a front of house and a tour manager for a bunch of like hardcore bands and shit. Cause like, he told me about it and he's like, I mean, Media Scare was more, I would say, of a hardcore label than a metal label, really. Like they had Burning the Masses and like Volumes.
Blood Runs Black.
Yeah. But on the other side, they had like 100th and The Ghost Inside and like all these like hardcore bands. So
right.
Felt like primarily that. But that's why I was stoked about Small Town Murder because I was like, oh, another death metal band on this label. That's sick, you know. But
nope.
You had to ask too many questions about the contract, Joe. That's funny.
Getting awfully nosy over there with the contract.
I mean, in hindsight, it's probably a good thing because like Media Scare tanked so badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, you guys don't owe them, tons of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, man. I wonder what some of those bands, like the outcomes of. I mean, some of them came out on top. Volumes is like bigger now, and like they have the rights to the records that were on that label. They somehow won them legally.
Nice.
Yeah, but this Blood Runs Black is no longer a band, which is probably a good thing. And I used to like that band when I was in high school. I thought they were sick.
Yeah, they were all right, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, more like Black Dahlia Murder rip-off shit, but...
Yeah, like cheap white trash Black Dahlia.
Yeah, I thought it was cool, but I was at my high school band covered one of their songs.
Really?
Yeah, covered two of their songs, actually, different times. Yeah, I remember one time we played a show because there's this part with this really fast kick drums and I could play it. And we played back to back with another band and we played before them and we both covered the Same as Blood Runs Black song.
Who was better?
Ours better.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah, they came up to us after they're like, wow, you guys are like really killed that cover, man. That was really good. Like they almost did. They were like, yeah, we almost weren't going to play it. And I was just like, oh,
That's
shit.
funny.
Yeah, they were really nice kids. I don't remember where they were from. That show was like, I mean, I was in Oak Park because I was going to high school there at the time. That's where my band was from. And this show was like in Lombard or some shit. So out in the burbs. Good times.
I remember they had a few catchy tunes.
Yeah, I mean, they were whatever. I would never listen to them now as like a 28-year-old adult, but, over 10
You're
years
only 28?
ago. Yeah.
He's a baby.
How old are you, man?
33.
Shit, dude. How old are you?
Yeah.
34.
Okay. How old is Nate? 20? No, Nate 30.
No,
32?
Maybe 30.
Is he going to be 32 in May?
He'll be 33 in May.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think.
Old ass bitch. Nate, you old as hell, dude. I'm going to call him on his birthday and yell at him like that.
May
I was talking to him
3rd.
the other day and he was, I mean, it's like we're still going to be probably in quarantine for his birthday, which sucks.
We could always Skype him and have a birthday party with him.
I'd be down. I ain't going nowhere.
Invite me if that happens.
It'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
We'll have to do a group chat and just...
I could actually make it to the birthday party.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, we can make that happen, I'm sure.
It'd be kind of fun.
He's got Facebook.
Yeah, but this involves technology, which...
Well, he's got a phone. He did it with Immortal Bird.
Did he?
Yeah, they posted like
I saw a picture evidence of that.
Yeah, there's a screenshot of like all them. Like,
all right, so you can do it without blowing up his phone. All right, cool.
What's funny was Nate told me that he's like, yeah, it was cool. We all got to like talk to each other and hang out for a couple hours on a webcam. And my band Warforged tried to do it on Facebook video chat, but we like didn't even talk to each other. We just like used all the filters that you could put on your face to make like funny faces and shit. We were literally doing that like the entire conversation. And I was just like, is anybody going to talk? And we were all like, nah. I was like, all right, this is fun. And then that was it. And then we did it again, and Adrian and Jace shaved their heads.
That's awesome.
So... But even then, the other guys were just like doing face filters, and I'm like, "Come on!" Like,
somebody talk to me, please.
Yeah.
We just had one of those yesterday with Increate.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Yeah, it was good. Hadn't seen their faces in a bit. Went over some band business stuff, figuring out some mixing notes for some of the new songs that we're getting back.
Yeah. Lots of mixing notes, little mixing notes.
Just some minor stuff. Everything sounded pretty sick. You guys want to check it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we check it out?
Yes, we can. Here, give me a second.
Yeah.
Talk drums or something, guys.
Well, drums.
Drums.
Yeah, dude.
What size sticks are you using these days?
I'm using the Gavin Harrison signature sticks. They're Vic Firths, and it's pretty much like a 2B.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
a little heavier.
Yeah, definitely a heavier stick, but they have like it's got this grip on it, but it doesn't really feel like a grip, which is kind of why I like it. It's not like a super tough grip. It's like different than any of the other grip sticks I've ever tried before. And I just like the feel of them. It tapers off a little bit towards like the tip of the stick, which is nice because like there's a little more control, I feel. But I just love the way they sound, man. Like, get a really
what kind of tip do they have? Is it acorn or barrel?
It's weird. It's kind of like that weird. Have you seen the Matt Garska sticks that they have?
Yeah, I have these couple of pairs of those.
Yeah, like the Vic Firth. It's like, that same weird tip shape.
Like that teardrop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what the point of that tip is specifically.
No, I mean, yeah, they each have like their own slight different feel and sound, especially like on the cymbals.
Yeah.
But on the snare too. There's definitely, you can hear some of the difference in your snare hits.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely noticed that shit.
I'll check those out. I really like the my typical go-to is the Extreme 55A Vic Firth.
Okay.
Which is like in between a 5A and a 5B with like the extra
length,
half inch, whatever. Yeah,
I've seen those before. I've never played them though.
I like those a lot. I started using them originally. I think it was like George Colias or Derek Roddy. I think it was Colias said that he was using those, and so I was like, "Oh, I got a blast like him."
Yeah.
Check this out. The thing before I was using this Extreme 5As for a long time.
Okay.
And then I was like, "Oh, a little heavier might be nice." And then I started using at first I didn't know they made them in an extreme length, the 55s, or maybe they didn't. And then I started using those, and then I found them in extreme, and I was like, "Oh, this is even
cooler,
nicer feeling."
Yeah.
I've tried like a bunch of different stuff since then. Messed around with the 2Bs from Vic Firth.
Yep.
I just got a pair of the extreme or the Vader 5Bs with the extra length, whatever those are called.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forget what they're called. I was playing Regal.
Power.
Yeah.
Power 5Bs.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Those are pretty good. I like those a lot too, but they're definitely just like a little heavy for me.
Yeah.
For what I prefer. I like the Matt Garska sticks too. I mean, those are pretty fun, but I just
cool.
like a little extra length just to have the little extra swing weight and power.
Yeah, definitely.
I just miss that when I go back to like a normal 16-inch.
I used to use Regal Tip made extreme sticks. I used to use their 5A and 5B extremes. Like I went back and forth between those for a really long time. That's what I played, but I feel like their quality control is shot because sometimes I would just get some sticks and instantly break them. Like right away, and I'm just like, well, fuck, like, what's the point of that? You know?
Yeah.
It sucks because it's hard to find, like, once you get into those really, like, specifics with sticks, it's really hard to find them in mass quantities in a lot of places. So, like, I always just wanted to be like, fuck, I just want to get good with a regular 2B, a regular 5B, or a regular 5, you know, whatever it happens to be. But I just never feel comfortable enough. And then there's always so many other options where it's like, well, shit, like, I was thinking about grabbing those, have you seen those fire grain sticks by ProMark?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen ads for them.
They're supposed to be like really, really long lasting. And not that that's like the super appeal to me, but like, I don't know, man. I've tried ProMark so many times over the years, and I always feel like they have their own specific feel to them. Like other than any other brand. And I never feel like comfortable enough playing them. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, it's kind of the same way. I just always feel like, you know, the Vic Firth stuff just works the best for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I always, you know, I'll like try something out and I'll think it's good, and then I'll pick up my X55s again and be like, wasn't this good?
Yeah, I'll have to try those out. I'm pretty satisfied with the Gavin Harrisons right now. The only thing is it's hard to find them. Mm-hmm. Like at a lot of places, at least in Chicago. Vic's Drum Shop is gone. So
yeah,
it's a huge bummer. That was like the shit, dude.
Yeah.
And damn, it smells good in here. You smell that?
I smell that. I was like, damn, Dave's cooking something good.
Yeah, someone's cooking something good in this house. Fuck, I'm starving too.
Getting hungry, like smelling it.
Yeah. Well, you want to check out this song?
Yeah, I got, what do you want us to hear first? I got Deserts and Oceans up here.
Yeah, I don't know. So just do like a little snippet from each of them?
Yeah, sure. Let me see.
Pick a random time.
I'm going to pick a random time. Here we go.
Yeah, maybe something like, kind of maybe start in the middle of Oceans and towards the middle, maybe get towards the end and fade it out.
Yeah. Let's see.
We'll fade in, fade out. Not give too much away for the official release. You know, these are not, I mean, they're pretty close to finalized, but a couple little things will probably do to them still.
Sounding pretty fucking good so far. Sick.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Yeah, some cool, you know, overlaid lead parts there.
Awesome, dude.
Dustin's the lead, right? Like, holy shit, does he fucking shred.
Got those noodles fingers.
Do you want us to finish out the song?
Well,
You can fade it out here.
I'll edit it later and make it a little bit shorter, so we're not giving away all the secrets.
Yeah, it sounds sick, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. If you want to do a section of the other song, maybe starting around like the 2-minute mark, fading in from there. This song, so that was part of Oceans. You kind of feel the Oceans vibe.
Ocean-y vibe, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this next song is the Deserts song. We kind of have like our nickname for this song would be Meshuggah Thump.
Nice.
Because it's kind of like a blending of like thump guitar styles with like Meshuggah sensibility.
Cool.
Nice.
I like that.
You could probably fade it out here.
Sick, dude. Fuck, he definitely rips. Does your other guitar player do solos too?
No, yeah, pretty much John does most of the, pretty much all of the riff writing. And then we'll do like the compositions, kind of me and Sean. Just I'll help him, arrange his ideas basically, and add some little tweaks and stuff here and there. And then Dustin will come in and write the solos and some of the lead parts on top of stuff. And
yeah, geez, fuck, man, the solos are insane.
Yeah, he's fucking pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's cool shit, man. It reminds me of like Animals as Leaders meets like Obscura or something like that.
Yeah, we definitely tried to like take some of the Animals as Leaders inspiration a little bit, but we definitely like a lot of heavier death metal stuff too. So we try and be a little heavier than like your typical proggy instrumental band,
which is cool, and that's what I like about it, because you could definitely feel, especially from those two clips, you could definitely tell there's a lot more heavy influence, and that's what's cool. And I feel like that sets you guys apart more, because like obviously there's a plethora of instrumental bands, but hearing one that's more on the heavy side is definitely really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I mean, we tried to give like a unique sound. You don't want to sound too much just like a guitar solo project where it's just like shredding on top of like simple riffs or whatever.
Absolutely.
Want to have it be like cool prog metal stuff, but yeah, definitely have like a little bit more of death metal edge to it.
Yeah.
This new stuff is a little bit less death metal, but we still have that that heaviness that we try and bring to it.
For sure. Is there a tentative a time frame of when you guys want to put it out?
Well, I mean, the coronavirus is actually helping the speed of production because, Josh, who's mixing it and everything, is basically stuck at home. So having a lot of free time to work on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So hopefully, I would think at some point this summer, probably get it out.
Sweet, man.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
Very pumped to hear the full thing.
Yeah. So yeah, probably gonna go with the Soundscapes theme still. So I guess that's the tentative album title.
Sick. Hell yeah. I'll be pleasantly surprised if that's what makes it. Makes the cut there. But that's cool. Yeah, I think it's cool, man. I think at least the clips sound awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, fuck yeah.
Cool.
Should we wrap it up?
Wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting so hungry, dude.
After smelling that,
I'm ready for some dinner too.
Hell yeah, man.
Right on. So yeah, is anything you want to plug? Obviously, the band. Where can people find you guys at?
Increate. We got our Bandcamp, increate.bandcamp.com. Right? Is that how it does work? Bandcamp.com/increate. I don't
Jason,
know. One of those two.
You pick your URL, so it's honestly whatever you guys have.
Yeah. Well, we're on Bandcamp. We're on Spotify. We have our old EP, Void, is up on all the major streaming platforms, so you can check that out. Follow us. We're on Facebook too. So, the word create, INCREATE. So I spell the band name. So, check out our music. Check out Roman Ring, Warforged. Something is waiting.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Hell
Did
yeah.
the plugs for us. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Anything for you, Jason, you want to plug?
Yeah, actually, I want to plug, I don't know if anybody saw on social media, but since everybody's home, the bass player and a good friend and podcast alum, Alex Damsky, posted his, he's been working on a electronic
Did you know about that?
Yeah, I knew that. I mean, I didn't know. I knew he'd been working on it because we essentially how it happened was employees at Zounds got free copies of Reason, the software.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. That's a program I use.
Yeah, Alex got it, downloaded it, and he'd been working on some stuff, and he'd showed me. I didn't know about the EP plans, but he's got.
Do you have an extra copy of Reason?
No, I never registered for it, so
hook me up. I got the old one.
But he was working on some like electronic vaporwave type influence stuff. It's really cool, and it's called The False Reality. You can find it on Bandcamp now, but I know he's going to be on Spotify and Apple Music and all the streaming services soon.
Nice.
So, but yeah, just something to do, I think, for him, and it's cool. It's all really cool shit. If you're into like Tears for Fears instrumental mixed with like I don't know, R&B ish type stuff, it's very cool. So
I got to check out like one track. And it's not awesome.
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
whole thing is really
I need to hear
good.
the rest of it. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to it, unfortunately.
So, check that out, False Reality. I think he's making more releases as we speak. So
nice.
I think everybody's trying to find ways to occupy their time.
Right. Don't want to go insane at home.
Yeah, so that's what's up for now. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to plug.
Nice. I got nothing. Just the usual stuff. Roman Ring. Something's waiting.
Quarantine project. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Just to see if I could record any drums for you, Bill.
Dude, that'd be fucking killer. Yeah, I got your email. I'll hook you up with the drive and check out whatever tracks you want. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I just gotta figure out my drum kit up for you decently enough.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'll
I
just
can
use this microphone.
I can work my magic.
There you go.
Pretty cool. Awesome. Well, this was Joe. This is great hearing for you, man. It's so cool. I'm
really
glad we
fun.
could do this.
Able to fill up the time pretty easily.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Very good. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. It's good seeing you.
Yeah, same, dude.
Good hearing from you. And yeah, we miss you a lot.
Yeah, dude. Come back to Chicago so we can hang out.
Yeah, gotta get back there for a good visit one of these days.
Definitely.
Don't have very often.
Gonna have a drum off while you guys are here.
Let's do it. I'll
and
lose.
last time I played on your kit, I jammed with Bill and Nate.
I know, and nobody told me about
awesome.
that. I was so pissed off, dude. I was like, God damn it. Like, I at least would have shown up to, like, meet you.
That was a very personal time for us.
I think we hit up Franco too, but he was like at work or something.
Yeah.
It was for like
nobody hit me up. Thanks, guys.
We had the drum position filled, dude.
Yeah, on my kit. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully, it did the job. So.
Yeah, no, that's fun.
Cool. Fuck yeah. Well, sweet, dude. Well, let's come back and do it again, but I'm going to be there this time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That'll be fun.
All right. Well, sweet, man. We'll take it easy. Thanks for coming on the show. And yeah, that's
definitely a pleasure, guys.
Hell yeah, dude. Take it
Joe,
easy.
We'll see ya.
All right, we'll do it again soon.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your turn.
Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. If you have the chance to, please like and subscribe to our video and YouTube channel here. We need a fucking custom URL. Please, goddamn, just hit the goddamn.
We're so close.
How many times do we have to ask you guys?
Come on, guys.
Come on. So please do it. Hit that button. Fucking like it. Leave a comment. Talk some shit. Talk some good things. Whatever you want to do. Follow us on social media. We're going to start the Nothings for No One OnlyFans account. So me and Bill are going to post our nudes on there. Yeah.
Want to see sweet videos of us jerking off?
Yeah, keep your eyes open. Good things coming. All right. Bye.
Bye.